Welcome to Off Da Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
And Vash isn't going to be here to stop us. Bros, half the episode is going to be about KOWLOON. The other half is going to be about Witch Watch.
Yeah, and welcome to Off Da Binge, guys. To all the new returning listeners, I'm your host, one of your hosts, Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin. I would want to say sorry for being absent last week. I was doing assassin things, can't talk about it confidentially, all that. But your boy's back. I know a lot of my co-hosts were talking wild smack about, he's going to be gone for a while. But no. Came back for week 2. I have so much to talk about, you guys, with all the etchiness and all the other things. But I'm not going to let, that get ahead of me. I want to introduce the rest of my other co-hosts with me on this podcast, starting with the man himself, the legend, the one, the only, Legend D Vash.
It's your boy, the human typhoon, Legend D Vash. You can call me Vash, though. And as you know, from my Hero Vigilantes or Fire Force, meet your dark heroes or your dark Avengers. But welcome to also to our man god here.
No. Do you get an intro yet, Memory?
I don't know.
You don't
Pass it to you, buddy.
No, I think it's your turn, brother.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's
whoever wants to introduce themselves.
No. We're gonna keep it going because I was listening to.
Do you have an intro? Do you?
I do have an intro. Dude.
So why are you not saying it?
What?
Maybe I do.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, fine. Look, hi, I'm the man god. What's up? I like Kurisu and I read a lot of light novels. What's up? What about you, Memory?
Jeez. Yo, what's going on, guys? Memory here. I found myself in the horse girl racing rabbit hole. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Wow, out of all that
horse girl racing rabbit hole.
Did not expect that this time around.
By the way, Chad, we don't have Neko here tonight. Our chill girl is gonna miss tonight's show, but yeah, girl will be here next week, so no worries on that. I can't believe it took Nate to finally watch a horse anime and never thought that was a thing. And also learning the history of the horse anime, that there is no such thing as, like rated R videos for that too. Knowing that is law. That cannot be happening.
Yeah, they don't mess around with that. They don't mess around with it.
That is something.
For
but
sure.
Hey, as you heard, this is Off Da Binge podcast. This is your go-to seasonal anime podcast where we dive into the best, the worst, or the hidden gems, or like Crash likes to say, the trash series, the bad series, the hot or flop, like we're gonna talk about week 6, like always. But we're here to talk about our binge chilling segment, our second segment of the show. We usually have a team binging or what we're having as a team for discussion or individuals. So let's first dive into our individuals since we haven't yet given a story that we should talk about. I gave an option to the team, but nobody answered. Crash said fuck that, I'm gonna watch it.
May have one.
Yeah, we may have one.
I thought we agreed on it, but Crash is just like,
that's true. He's being weird. He's being like fuck that, right?
I'm Kirito because I only solo alone.
What?
Yeah.
Why don't you just call yourself Jin Woo because
he's a beater. Level. He's a beater, man.
Come on, bro.
Let me solo her if you know what I mean. You know what? I'm not going to deal with the references. I'm just doing this by myself. That's all you need to know.
Instead,
then what are your binges?
Yeah, talk to us. What are your binges?
So for right now, I'm trying to finish the Ranking the King season 2 and Masamune's Kun's Revenge. Trying to finish both season 2s by the end of this month. For next month, my plan is to finish or start at least season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen and potentially try to finish it all in a month. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna try because I'm very slow with that. But I will start Jujutsu Kaisen 100% in the beginning of May.
Why chat? We told him to watch Moonrise with us, but no, he'd rather watch that. Tell us in the comment section. Should he watch Moonrise or JJK?
I mean,
man, everyone go say Jujutsu Kaisen. Like,
no, I bet you, chat. Please, if anybody listen to this, don't lurk. Just write down the comment section. Just write, hey, y'all should review Moonrise. 18 episodes instead of Crash checking out JJK 24 one season, 24 another in a movie. Nah, watch 18 episodes of just a one-off show made by which studio?
Listen. I'm here for great animes. I'm here for watching it all. But you know, the Hispanic Assassin also has a life to deal with, and Moonrise was not an interesting thing to me whatsoever. I'm not gonna disregard the fact that it could be heat. It's a good anime, or it could be mid. I won't know. I'll just take the word of you guys when you guys watch it. But in the meantime, I promised myself I'm gonna take this seasonal, time to catch up on the rest of the animes that I want to watch before. And since we started off this week out of very very good foot, I'm gonna take the time now to watch the rest of the animes that's behind and catch up with it. So Mashoko Tensei, you guys been telling me, Crash, when you go and start watching it after Jujutsu Kaisen, I got Mashoko Tensei next. So man, God, I know you're happy to hear that for sure.
Okay.
I'm just afraid of what kind of shit takes you're gonna have. Anyway, so
I love Eris. That's all you can know for now, and I haven't even watched it. I just saw the clips. I said, "Oh, bet say that." And she's not even back for season 2. I know enough, but you'll know when I watch. But that's my solo binges for the season.
Every time I try to start, he goes. I waited. I keep waiting, and then he keeps going every single time I try to speak. Can I speak now?
No.
Okay.
Now you may.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, me.
So anyway, yeah, I'm still binging Eureka 7. We're gonna finish this week, in fact. I believe, right? Memory? Yeah.
We should.
We should,
It
hopefully.
doesn't sound very. It doesn't sound very confident. Like a lot
No,
of
we
confidence.
should. Yeah. There's 7 or 8 episodes. That's not that ain't shit.
It's 8 episodes.
We don't got to worry about Mooley or anybody else, right? Like,
Yeah, we don't gotta. That is true. Speaking of Mooley, we have not watched another episode of
Wait,
friggin'
Smith,
yet.
I believe you guys did because this talk about
No.
from last Monday to this Sunday episode.
no,
So,
it
okay,
was,
yeah.
it's been long. It's been
It's
longer
been
than
like
that already.
weeks.
Damn, so wow. Huh.
And we watched like 2 episodes. It wasn't even anything, pretty much.
It was so
Yeah.
mid, honestly.
We may have to diverge,
Yeah, because I remember
I've
one of our old
suggested it
friends
many
also was gonna be in that little binge of ya son. He was gonna join and he complained, but then we haven't heard son since Monster Hunter.
Yeah, since Monster Hunter. Hey, for the record, he did say when Monster Hunter comes out, he will not exist.
That is true. That is very true. He has not exist. But what else is going on for Eureka 7?
Well, right now they're like, she got a new hairdo, which is nice.
Mhm. The soccer episode, bro. The soccer episode.
The random Inazuma 11 episode in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of. It's
Funny, but the placement is insane because like you're getting into like the final stretch of the series and you just get hit with like a soccer like lighthearted episode. You're just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, and then the next episode they go back hot and heavy, like we're seeing what could potentially happen to Eureka, becoming this weird green amorphous mob blob thing
Yeah, like,
in a tulip. Like, I don't know, man. I reserve judgment until we finish it. I think it's gonna be great though.
I think
Do you have a score by any chance? Like, have like an overall score right now, like a 8 out of 10, like a 7, or like got an overall score by any chance, or not yet?
Well, see, my enjoyment of the series has dropped drastically since they changed Shonen Heart from the OP.
come on, bro.
Oh no.
So you're gonna blame an opening just because it dropped that low? Wow.
Well, no, if the opening was still Shonen Heart, honestly, 10 out of 10. Like, that's how good that opening is.
That's
Every
crazy.
episode,
Wow.
Shonen Heart playing. Damn. Oof. No, I mean, genuinely, it's like a 8.5. I think it's a really good show. I really enjoy it.
Alright, not bad.
Like I said, I'll talk more about it next week when I finish.
Yep.
So I can say my full thoughts on it. But no, I also binged our Aharin-san. I finished that whole series this week because season 2. Last week I did Slime 300. This week I did Aharin-san. Look,
But was it a good binge? Because I was lurking with you throughout the whole time. It was a good friendly reminder, even though I told you that they got together. But you was like, I think I was watching with you by episode 11 or 12 again, and then I asked you, hey, they got together already? Like, no, not yet. And then by the end of episode 12 is when they did get together. I'm like, oh shit, my fault.
Yeah, I got completely baited. You know, I asked one simple question. I said, "Yo, did they get together?" He said, "Yeah, like episode 6." So anyway, I'm watching episode.
Hell no, I
12.
could have told
We're
you that.
Still not together.
Look, I'll tell you.
Watch
I
episode-
wouldn't have been able to tell you off the top of my head either. I would have had to look. I probably
No, it was. I think 10, 11 was a campfire episode, right, when they kissed, and then 12 was the confession.
yeah.
Look, I took a wild guess. I thought it was 6, but I was off by 6 episodes. So hey, I was close. I was close. I was saying.
What? Huh? You were
12
off
way
by
off.
half the series.
Yeah, how the fuck can you say you was close? You were way off. But
Hey, it's 50%. You can round up. What do you mean? Huh?
I mean, I will say it's funny you say that because I was looking at my season 1 review for it, and I was like, I gave this shit a 10 out of 10, and looking back at it, I'm like, it was good, but it was definitely not 10 out of 10. I'd really do go back and change that.
Well, that's what happens when you get a
Taste change.
more depth palette for anime. You start to realize that your takes are shit. Like we've been saying for a while now. Anyway.
No, well, I'll give you guys that.
We
Definitely
grow as a
that.
viewer. We grow as a consumer.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was like top 10 anime of all time by any means, but definitely was good romance.
Still reading the web novel for Turtle Me's series, which is getting an anime, I think, or a PowerPoint presentation. I'm not sure. It might be an anime. I'm pretty sure it's a PowerPoint presentation though.
Copy. All right.
But no, I'm still reading the beginning after the end. I'm,
Don't worry. We'll talk about it. We will talk about
Arthur
it. We'll say in therapy.
Who knows? But yeah, no, the novel's great. Y'all should read the novel. Maybe look, next episode is where it matters for the anime PowerPoint presentation. Look, anyway,
The copium is real.
what do you got? What do you got, Vash?
Yeah, Nate, what are you watching?
What do you got, Vash? Yeah, Nate, what do you got? Okay. See, it works when he does it, but when I do it, I get like shunned by everybody.
Nate, so what you got?
Oh, I just got Eureka 7. That's it.
The same as last episode?
Yeah, I haven't binged anything. I'm watching like 40 seasonals.
Bro, he's watching 41 right now at the moment. Just 41 seasonals.
Yeah. Maybe during this because during the week it's not as crazy. I feel like because like Friday through Sunday is like insane.
Yeah,
especially Saturday. Yeah, especially Saturday. But like during the week, I may because I was watching Natsume's Book of Friends, like the newest
and
season.
Snow White, right?
Yeah, Snow White. Me and Grem need to get back on for sure.
Yeah, it's been like 2 months for you.
Magi, it's already probably been a month or two again.
Yeah, your viewers are cramming for that. Like, where's the next Magi?
Yeah, my viewer Majin Slayer. Yeah, but no, Eureka 7's been the only one, and the part we're at right now I really like because it's kind of like, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but it's kind of like a passing of the torch sort of deal because, or like following in the footsteps because they've been going into the content with like Norb and Sakya, which is like definitely a parallel to like Renton and Eureka, and pretty much they're passing it on. Like, Eureka and Renton are following in their footsteps, trying to, do what they couldn't essentially. So it's like they're leading the way, paving the way for the younger generation, which is like their hope. So I do really like that part of kind of where we're at right now, but we're in the final stretch. So yeah, I'm really excited to experience, that again. And also obviously to see Grem experience it. But yeah, that's been it. Hopefully I have something. I mean, we'll probably be talking about more Eureka 7 next week, but
have you guys decided
something more?
Are you guys gonna do the sequel? Have you guys decided for that yet?
I've already.
Grem wants to. Yeah, Grem wants to, and I guess I'm in for it as well.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
I told him with him kicking and screaming, saying he didn't want to do it. I said, "We're doing it.
We're doing it." Yeah.
Fine.
Because I really don't want to, but maybe I'll have a newfound appreciation for it. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's been
Probably
like 10
not,
years. It's been a good 10 years. So probably, like Gremmon told Crash, maybe your palate has changed. Your consumer critique has changed. Your viewership mentality has changed. It could be.
Maybe
possibly. I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows? All right, Vash, what you got? What you got, Vash?
Yo, so I know Crash is proud of me because Alaya sometimes has her feelings. I did a good binge with Wifey from episode 7 to 10. I couldn't yet finish Wifey. Me and her schedule didn't match up. I will probably bring up about week 4 when I come back, since next week I will not be here because of WrestleMania weekend. So, but good binge. I highly recommend. For those that want to watch the show, the dub is also entertaining. I'm just watching the dub because wife is watching with me, so I don't want her to read, or it's something much easier for her to consume in the palette. So I'm just watching the dub, and the dub is entertaining. That MC character, him speaking about the 4-4 break, and him speaking about, is this a harem plot, or is this where like the rom-com comes in? A good comedy for me. I'm enjoying it. The dub is very nice. I've heard a few other dubs for this season, and it's atrocious. I can't wait to bring dub for a few shows in the spring season. But for Alaya, I can't wait to finish. I have 2 episodes left, 11 and 12. I'm around the corner for there. And I'm really happy. Like, this is a little side comment. For the spring season, for my spring season document, I actually have like a list now, like a key, my own personal key. I told the team about it like a couple of days ago. But, I'm telling the audience as well that I have 5 keys. One, it's a Gunner slash Etchy. Big shout out to Crash for the name, because he's the Gunner of the squad. He's proud of it, so I'm glad. We have drama. We have Isekai slash fantasy, rom-com, and with Shonen. It's crazy to know for the Gunner I have 3. The audience knows the obvious 3 for the spring season. For the drama, I got 5, even though I could count 4, since the 5th one is My Happy Marriage, since I haven't yet technically finished it, since it's not out on Netflix and I'm watching that Wifey. And then for the Isekai Fantasy, I got 8. It shows that your boy likes the Isekai Fantasy. I got 8 fucking fantasy Isekai series. Rom-coms, I got 3. And then Shonen slash action slash adventure, I got 4 series. So it's pretty fun. I'm pretty enjoying these type of little things for organization. Can't wait to talk about my top 10. Stay tuned for that. But other than that, that's all I got for what I'm binging for this week that passed. I'm sure for week 3 that I'm not here. I'm not gonna be having anything since I'm stuck on WrestleMania. Week 4, I'm gonna make time to finish a few of my summer season stuff and a few of the stuff that I didn't get to finish from the winter season. So that's all I got. So let's move on to our anime spotlights, because this is our 3rd segment of the show where we talk about from the spring season of what is for 2025. Because we have our audience and listeners, we're reviewing again, a friendly reminder that we're reviewing from Monday, April 7th to Sunday, April 13th. We changed our timeline. We used to do Saturday. We used to do from previous Sunday to Saturday, but since this season, like Nate spoke about, a lot of things drop from Friday to Sunday, so we changed our recording schedule too, so it helps out for the content and the stuff we review. So for this week, we got a few things to talk about. The first one is drama. Anybody got any drama things they want to bring up or honorable mention before we jump into a big one, Apothecary Diaries?
And Shirley.
Yep.
Okay, that's Yatu don't want to talk about it. Go ahead.
And Shirley, I mean, I feel like one of the highlights of the episode was when Anne gave that fake ass apology where she was like, I mean, she kind of grilled the lady, and then he called her like fat and, whatever else she said, but she literally grilled the old lady, or the one old lady, and then the apology she gave her was so BS. And then she still like forgave her. That was one of the best parts of the episode. And then obviously her getting the friend, I think her name was Diana, if I remember correctly.
Diane Berry.
Diane Berry. There you go.
What is Anne Shirley about? Because I know that we watched a trailer back a month ago when we did our spring season watching, and I know that you guys have been talking about it, and I believe Neko posted a tweet about it, I think. So what is that show about? Because I haven't had no interest to watch it, and I'm not gonna put like more than 30 animes on my list right now. So if I do have interest, I'll probably pick it up during Hot or Flop, or I'll probably pick it up next season or something.
So it seems like, well, it's based off a really old like story. Forget what the author's name was, honestly, but it's had a couple adaptations. Actually, I think it actually had an adaptation that like Hayao Miyazaki worked on, which is kind of cool to note. But that was like, it's like pretty old. But essentially, like the story, at least from what I can gather, is that it's like an orphan girl. She gets brought into a family, and it's gonna go through like her whole life essentially. Because I remember reading from like the synopsis that like it goes through like her college life and things of that nature, and like so you see like the change, I guess, in her like I guess like it's pretty much a coming of age story. So that's basically it. Without going into too much detail, that's pretty much what it's about. Because right now, how she comes across is like obviously she's still pretty young, so there's a lot she has to learn about the world, and obviously about like, you know, I feel like certain social cues for sure.
She's also
but she's young.
A little shit.
Yeah, she is for sure. And I
so
feel
good.
like, yeah, I feel like with the family she's with now, like they're great, especially Matthew. Like Matthew's awesome. Yeah. So like she has a caring family that actually wants her. You know, there was a scene even in the newest episode where she literally was thinking like, oh, she's gonna get thrown away again, and what's the wife, I forget what her name is, it's like I think it's Marilla, I believe her name is. She was like, stop that, like we're not getting rid of you, like shut up with that. Like we committed to, you know, keeping you, like we don't want to. But she's so used to kind of being thrown away essentially, right, that it's kind of sad, right, because she's still so young, but her mind has kind of been shaped that way because of her past like experiences with different like families and all that. So I think it's so far it's a very like heartwarming story. And now that she has this friend who's, you know, they're kind of alluding, oh, it's going to be like her best friend type of character. I'm excited for that. How about you, Grem? How you feeling?
Oh no, it's real fun. I think the thing that I heard Neko say the most recently has been about how she forgot how much of like a little shit Anne was in the early part of the series. that's not I'm paraphrasing, of course, that's not what she said. But yeah, she is a little bit of a mischievous devil. It's really fun. The apology, like you said, it was so funny. The way she comes in, it's like, I'm so sorry I did this, even though everything I said is true. Oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize. And to be fair, you were also kind of a dick, but oh my god, it was so rude of me. It's like, okay, all right. You're really her. Okay, you're pushing it. And then the way that she got forgiven for that, and the mom, I forget her name. You mentioned it.
Marilla, I think her name is.
Marilla,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. She just is like, wait, you forgave her? Like, even she was confused. She's like, bro, she didn't mean a damn thing she just said. Like, are you not paying attention to her? And the other girl's like, nah, she's so sincere. Sincere? Huh? She just lied to your face.
Yeah.
Bro, she's so funny. It's such a... Last season, I was getting a bit fatigued on some of the days, like watching some of the new stuff that was coming out. There are like 6 or 7 things this season that just make me feel happy when I watch them, no matter what.
And
Shirley's one of them.
I'm glad to hear that, because I didn't really expect that about Anne Shirley to be like a good type of like slice of life type of show to really, you know, make you, you know, feel happy, good. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'll just ask real quick, because you guys were talking about in the previous episode, like that supposedly it might have like dark light undertones. Do you guys still see that coming on in this anime, or not anymore?
She's a little orphan girl. Her parents died like so long ago she doesn't remember them. And her key like thing is that she wants to imagine everything is good. So yes, there are dark undertones It's just right now everything's looking bright and happy. So, you know, hopefully those dark undertones just say undertones, you know? Maybe
Yeah.
it's just surpassed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know how life goes, so that's just, you know, wishful thinking.
Yeah, like it's the calm before the storm.
Because it does seem like it's gonna hit on like the good and the bad, right? Of what comes with like growing up and all that. So, which I like. I like that about it. Another one I wanted to bring up is Umamusume. Umamusume Cinderella Grey, because like I said in my intro, I've entered the horse girl racing rabbit hole, apparently. Which was Grem as well. Grem as well. The thing, okay, so the thing with this one is like obviously Umamusume is like already an established franchise, like especially in Japan, like it's huge, like it sells like crazy. It's not as big in the West, but like I was kind of worried watching this because I was like, okay, there's a couple inserts out in the series, so like am I really okay to start here? And people were telling me even before watching it that like, okay, it's fine, you can start here, like this is actually a good starting point. But still, before watching it, I'm still kind of worried, right? But then like I watched episode 1 and just the way it felt just like it was fine, right, to start at this point. And then even like in my comment section for my video for episode 1, there were so many comments. People were saying like, you actually chose a great place to start. And I'm just like, okay, that just puts my mind way more at ease.
Good to hear.
Yeah, because I was worried about that. But yeah, I mean, for the first impression of just the franchise in general, but in the series, I really, really enjoyed it actually. And I think it's been mentioned or talked about quite a bit, but like the horses are actually based off of actual like horses in real life that race and stuff like that. So it's actually like pretty cool. And even some of like their little quirks and like habits that they have, like our main character, Oguri Cap, she likes to eat a lot. And that was actually what the horse, you know, liked to do as well. And also the weak knees, because like Oguri Cap had weak knees when well, technically it's a male horse, but like in the anime, obviously like anime things, they make them all cute horse girls, but like when she was younger, she had like weak knees, and that's actually how the horse was in real life as well. So I like little things like that. It's actually really cool. And Oguri Cap's introduction, well, I know we're talking about episode 2 more so, but I kind of did want to throw that in there, just like the beginning of the series and whatnot. But I don't know, she's such an awesome like main character already. She just, a lot of these moments she has where like there's a moment in this newest episode where like the goal is like, okay, the Tokai Derby, I believe it's called, and the one girl is, you know, kind of clashing with her, like trying to be like, oh, like I'm gonna be the one that like makes it to the Tokai Derby, and then she's just like, what is that? Like I don't even remember what that is. It was like, there's so many moments like that with her that just makes her character like really enjoyable. But then also her racing is just like her form and like how flexible she is, like how low she gets compared to a lot of the other horses. It's actually really fascinating. And then also like the coach too. The coach, like the kind of intel that the info that he gave her about racing at this particular track, like it really came in handy in the newest episode. And I really think what they're gonna form between like Cap and the coach, I think it might be something maybe not as many people are talking about, but I really feel like there's gonna be something there, because right now Oguri Cap's whole thing is kind of like racing, right? And the coach, I do like the coach, like how motivated, and obviously he knows his shit. But I feel like there's going to be some kind of connection there, right? As the series goes along. Even there was a little hint of that in this episode where she was like smiling. Oguri Cap was smiling, and she's like, man, coach really knows what he's talking about. So I'm curious to see how that develops as it goes along, especially right now, because Oguri Cap's kind of just like racing, get better. But I feel like the coach is going to obviously have a big part to play, not in just like her skills, but also just like on a emotional kind of connection level. So yeah, I have a lot of good things to say, if you guys couldn't tell, about this series so far.
No, I'm shocked and impressed about it. It's great to see thoughts about it. For those that want to hear more thoughts, go check out his reaction towards episode 1 and 2. Quick plug about that. But that's great to hear. Yeah. I didn't have no interest until you told me like, yo, Vash, if you want to go react to it, great views it gets. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I knew it was popular and all that, like, especially in Japan and whatnot, but the reception on my video was like crazy. I was like, geez. And just people giving me like so much like information and like little tidbits about the series and whatnot. Like how the anime kind of shows if the hairpiece is on like the right side, like on the right ear, it shows that they're like a male, like it's actually like a male horse in real life. And then if it's on the left side, it's a female in real life, which is like another, that's like another thing. It has, I will say, like, I know people are like, oh, it's horse girls, like, you know, how like it has that traditional like sports anime type feel to it for sure. So just like any, like there's been a lot of sports anime I've watched where I'm not necessarily interested in the sport itself, but it's something with like anime and sports. I don't know how they make it work. That like this series has that feel to it as well. Like, even though I'm not really into horse racing all like that.
Is it good as Ace of Diamond?
I'm not gonna say that.
I mean,
it's horse girls racing, and
it's like
the animation.
It's like Run with the Wind. You know.
Okay, so that's comparison. All right.
Yeah.
I was trying to go more funny, but that's a good comparison. I like that. Does anybody have
very early? Yeah.
I'm interested. Something you didn't bring up. Her mom. We don't know because she doesn't have a
race apparently.
But yeah, her mom was a racer. Also, I was just looking into some things. Like I wasn't looking at any spoilers. Right?
Oh no, bro.
But I did see, because I was looking at Umamusume, the other series, to know where to start, that Oguri Cap is actually a character in the other series as well.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Just a side character.
Yeah, I did see that.
So we're getting her like introduction and like how good, like where she came from, which is really interesting. Now, the one thing I will say, because you know Nate over there is already hopping on me, I did learn that in real life, Oguri Cap was known as like the idol horse, and he caused like a new boom of fans for the horse racing in Japan. Like a resurgence of fans for horse racing. So this horse is a big deal.
That's maybe why they actually had like an idol. They had a shot of like an idol on the stage in the episode.
Exactly. It's
because I was like, wait, is that some? Why are they alluding to like some idol type shit going on here?
Yeah, it's because Oguri Cap was known as the idol horse. So there you go.
Yeah,
so that's the thing.
Don't look too much into the other.
I'm not looking at anything, but that's all I saw. Okay.
Yeah, because trust me, I've been tempted. I've been tempted but people are telling me don't look into the horses and like the races because it'll spoil the results of the show for you, because the show is going to go by that, like the actual results of the races, which is like pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah.
So far,
I do know what other thing is that the girl she's racing right now, the two horses that are racing are like eternal rivals.
That's apparent. That's
okay,
fair.
but that's all I saw. I did not look at anything closely. I was just curious. Honestly, I just wanted to see if this horse makes babies with the horse that's her best friend. If I'm gonna be honest with you, that's what I was looking at. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Bro. Anyway, apparently she has like
this man's a lie, Honor.
This horse, Oguri Cap, has like 400 kids. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Sir, hey.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just looking. I always care about the romance.
Shame on you.
Well, this was a good honorable mention. Even though like I didn't know we are gonna go full breakdown. But
I mean, yeah, we might as well have made that a main one.
Yeah, like if I like that's more of a main one. Like, hey, I asked the team, like, hey, want to give an honorable mention? Nah, let's just get into a full breakdown. I had to
bring it up in one of these, and none of the other ones felt. Drama.
No, it works. It works drama. Yeah. One that I want to ask if this should be an honorable mention or a actual breakdown. The Dinner Table Detective. Did anybody seen these episodes other than me and Crash?
We have.
Okay, so question. So is this a full breakdown or a quick honorable mention talk? Because a lot happened in those two episodes. So I want to first ask.
This could be a breakdown, honestly.
I feel like we gotta do a breakdown.
Okay, so let's hold off to it. Let's hold off to it after Apothecary Diaries. Anybody else want to mention any other honorable mention for drama? Because I don't have nothing else. Because on the other series that I have for KOWLOON, I know we're gonna talk about. The other blue one was for me. Oh, Your Former, but I didn't watch it fully, so I can't really state anything.
I would. I guess I have one other. I have one other honorable mention. It's called Zatsutabi. That's Journey. It's like one of the comfy sort of shows, right? Where it's kind of funny actually how it happens, where she just kind of says, screw it, I'm gonna go off on a journey. Like the way it happens is very sort of random. She just has like a flash of like inspiration and all that. But that one was actually really nice. It definitely has like the Yuru camp vibes for sure. So if you need something, I feel like it's one of those ones, like maybe you just like watched a lot of shit, you're like burnt out, you're just trying to chill, or you just had like a shitty day and you want something to relax. It's like, this is one of those for sure. Okay. So I would say that one's a shout for me.
Crash, I saw your hand up. You was gonna bring something, or we're good?
Yeah, I know. I had a serious question for you guys. I know it's like kind of, I shouldn't be saying this now in the podcast, but right. So Gundam, right? Where would you guys put this specifically on your list? Because I don't want to get ahead of myself and just say like, yeah, it's a drama, but it's not really a drama. If that makes sense.
I would say it's drama.
I'll say Gundam has always been drama.
It's in a dystopian era. There's action, so you could like that's
yeah. Gundam fits. Gundam fits
for drama.
It's a war. It's a war series.
Yeah. From what I know, Gundam has always been drama more, because like it's literally sending kids in robots and starting in wars.
Yeah.
Even though I've not seen the show, I think there's more drama.
You didn't. I mean, have you watched it yet, Nate?
Yeah. Well, I saw the prequel thing in theaters, which they showed the first like 2 or 3 episodes, I believe, of it. So I did watch the first episode again, though. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys don't mind, I was gonna shit on my boy MemoryNK because I am fucking upset at this goddamn anime.
Go ahead quick.
60 seconds. Here I go. Right here. And he said it, and I'll quote him on it. He said it best. I was worried about starting off this anime at this part of the story with the other anime he mentioned. I said the same thing too with this Gundam anime. I was like, you know what? Let me try it out. Worst comes to worst, like, if I start off at the wrong place, maybe I'll go and watch the original series and come back to it. My God. First off, the animation, complete ass. If I want to watch fucking Pokemon, I would have watched Pokemon. What? I don't know why they did with this animation style. Second off, fucking the MC, Amate, literally
you
cannot...
brought up the wrong episode?
No. Hold on. I was so mad at you when I started watching the first 10 minutes of it. I was so upset. You don't understand. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Second off, so Amate, I don't know what the fuck you can explain to me. It's saying that she's a complete MC, like she's just some high schooler, bumps into like the potential, I'm not gonna say love interest, but secondary character, whatever, right? Side character, whatever, right? Neon, whatever. And it's like, so she becomes like this quiet girl, kind of like, what the hell is this? To now like becoming an OP character, like, oh, she got into the Gundam. She's now using, the whatever device to help use it to attack like, the other Red Ranger and all that shit. I was like, how do you go from point A to point B that fast? No context about the character at all. At least like take me out to dinner, fucking give me some like development with this. You go straight into it. I was like thrown the fuck off. The fucking side character Neon, don't even start with her. She's kind of like a quiet shy, like, oh, I need this MC that's met for the first time just to fucking show like protect me type. I did not like that at all. I was expecting something completely. I don't know, because I only have watched The Witch of Mercury, both seasons, and I don't think that's fair for me to judge it like that. But me personally, just watching it from like I was like, let me see it from a different perspective, and just seeing it from every way I could, I was just like, I feel like either I just went into this anime way too fast, or the anime went too fast for me to like understand. Like maybe it's just gonna kind of like mech animes are like, you just gotta be like, need to be on like going with it as fast as possible. I don't know. All I know is like, I don't like the MC. I think the animation is fucking trash. I really feel like compared to Witch of Mercury, they did so much better in that previous anime compared to this. And like,
well, your 60 seconds passed.
This anime, I might drop this anime for the first time ever if I don't get any better context in the story by week 4, and I'm being judged for week 6.
Well, Nate, what's your counter argument for his wild take?
I'm so mad at you, by the way. I'm
here's my thing. I thought you were gonna comment on something else, like saying how it was like confusing as hell, which would have been a lot more understandable. But you talk about the animation, what? Bro,
I did not like it, bro. I'm telling you, if I wanted to watch Pokemon, I would have watched Pokemon.
Crash here must have booted up the wrong episode, y'all. I don't know what he's on about. But no, my thing, okay, so my thing with this, because I did see the movie thing or whatever, and they in the first 30 or so minutes, they literally had like backstory or like setup on how all of this happens in the first episode, which apparently they're going to show it in the next episode or some of it. Yeah. So you're going to have backstory on how things get to this point, because I was watching this first episode and I'm like, if I was sitting here, I was like, okay, if this was someone's first Gundam series, they would be confused on a lot of the stuff they're talking about. There was a lot of terms they brought up. There were characters they brought up. Yeah.
Example A, we already have somebody to throw that example.
Yeah. So there were characters they were bringing up that you would have no clue about. There is terms they're bringing up you'd have no clue about. And granted, there are some new concepts or some new things in the series, like the whole like underground, like illegal battles or dueling they're talking about. But I mean, you're talking about her getting thrown into the Gundam. Like, that's just what happens in Gundam, bro.
It was hero to like jump into the thing.
That's what happened.
The Cyclops, whatever thing, so she could use the weapon. I was like,
well,
it's okay. That's every Gundam series.
Yeah, that's literally every mecha series.
I know that. I want to see what other Gundam anime.
Have you not seen
Witch from Mercury? Wasn't it the same way?
And also, have you not seen Darling the Franxx? Like any type of mecha anime is like that.
Yeah, it's the whole Shinji get in the robot. It's that sort of.
Evangelion literally screams "Get in the robot" by his dad. Like we literally have that scene.
But no.
Like,
I actually wasn't. I actually wasn't. I wasn't too like. I enjoyed the first episode, but to be fair, I had already watched it. I already knew what was gonna happen. I wasn't that crazy on the first episode either, honestly. Like, I feel like. Especially like looking at it from the angle of someone who would be like a newcomer, like watching this series, I feel like there are like, I think you'll be fine, right? Especially if they're going to throw in the backstory stuff in the next episode or whatever, to kind of build up to this. Like it would help for sure if you watch like some of the original stuff, but especially with certain characters and like certain terms they're throwing around and all that. But overall, I do still feel like this is how the first episode came across. Like it's going to be fine to watch on its own. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't too crazy about the first episode either, honestly. Like I enjoyed it, but the animation, dog, like that's what you're talking about.
I was so upset by it. It went from one, I don't know how to describe it in a way where it can make sense. It's just kind of like the characters themselves. I'm like, it's whatever. Like,
I will say I'm kind of disappointed. It seems like they're gonna go down like the Yuri bait route again, like they did from Witch from Mercury. I don't know. How I feel about
that's my thing with the difference between this one and Witch of Mercury. I didn't mind the Witch of Mercury. I thought it was great, and then with this one, it's kind of like it's like it's a top bottom situation. I literally like there's no nicer way to say it. It's literally like that. And I kind of like immediately I'm like, oh great, like I didn't ask for it, but I guess we're gonna get it again anyways. I don't know. Like I'm gonna take your word for it. Like that.
We may have to let it. May have to let it cook a little, bro.
Look, you haven't pulled me the wrong path before. That's what I'm like. Look, we're gonna have to discuss it right here. If that's what you're telling me, fine. And I'll even say it here. If I'm wrong to not watch it, because you're not the only person that told me, hey, like you can not watch the other ones. You can kind of like understand it as you keep going along. That's what I ended up doing because. I was really close to like starting off with the original animes. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll take some time off. So at least I can know what's going on in this anime. Because I don't want to be like that guy like, yeah, I don't know who's running the Red Gundam. No shit, it's from the original anime. I would have to watch it to know it. Or the captain. Like I get there's characters coming back from the original series. But I'm not that, oblivious where I can't put two together as a veteran watcher. But
that's why I'm kind of like, at least they're not skipping it. because they are going to include, it seems like, some of the backstory stuff. But like when I watched it in theaters, I was like, okay, if they're showing this at the very beginning and then you go into like the stuff we saw in episode 1, like it's not that bad. But they started off episode 1 with how they did, kind of just jumping right into it, and then it's kind of like, eh. But
yeah, that's why I was like, should I have watched the beginning? Like that, then I feel bad because it wasn't like that in The Witch of Mercury. Like it was completely like, at least they set it up, you know, in this with the story.
It was a completely new original sort of thing. Yeah, but this is like branching off of the original. It's like a what if scenario branching off of the original, like the end.
And that's that's why I'm upset at that. Like for a what if kind of scenario, you went with this kind of story, this kind of trope, and this kind of animation. Again, I am going to shit on the animation because I just don't like it. I really don't like it. I have to watch it. It is what it is, but I just.
But hey,
I'll let it cook.
We hear your opinion. We hear that you are not fan of the anime. You're not fan of the animation, even though you are a wild take for that. Crazy. But you know what? Let's get into our breakdown of other series because honorable mention went on 20 minutes longer than it should have. So let's get to the Apothecary Diaries, season 2, episode 14. How do we feel about Mama still remembering since I finally binge watched everything that I'm supposed to, and I'm caught up for the spring season, and I'm on top of it. The frog, she keeps remembering the frog. She knows that she grabbed a frog item, and she cannot forget it no more.
I wanted to say real quick, my wife and I finally binged it as well too, and she saw that, she's like, oh, she grabbed his what? And I was like, yeah, and then I kind of fell asleep, so that's kind of my fault. But yeah, she saw it, she's like, oh, we need to keep going. I'm in the couch like, oh.
Damn,
I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, me and wifey started watching as well the dub for her, so she's like 3 episodes in. I know Gremmon said last week that he didn't enjoy the opening. This is the third time.
No, I don't. It's trash.
Damn. So me and Neko are the only ones that are enjoying it for this season. I'm enjoying it as well. Neko, we both are.
Neko, you're crazy, lady. I'm sorry. You're gonna hear this later.
From what I know, when me and Neko agrees, it means that we're on the right and the guys are on the wrong. So like when me and Neko are on the same page,
it's 3-2.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The OP itself is not even bad. It's just when you compare it to the other ones in the series, it's not as good.
But yeah, I don't need to compare it. Why are you comparing greatness to other greatness? Just say, hey, this is good on its own and it's good. If you compare it to the others,
except for it's not good.
It's not, bro.
Look, on its own, I'm enjoying it. Me and Neko are on our own boat. But look, I'm right here on my notes. I love how Jinshi said, "Can I have it returned to me again?" And the concubine in the pink hair, I forgot their names. I don't always remember their names. My apologies. She says, you can certainly lend her to you. I could certainly lend her to. And I love her just like, no, return
he said her
to
name
me.
Too?
Yeah, Mama, return to me. Everyone's shocked face was there. And I'm like, he is going full frontal. Even Gaosha much later is like, sir, you're acting a bit too forward. You're not being yourself. I love her just like, and at this point, it's like, whatever now. Oh, like the quack doctor, you are zesty as hell. Like my man, you are questionable. You're questionable as hell. I love how I wrote here, Gaosha, Mama was looking at you, Jinshi, like you were dead warm. That is crazy to tell the Jinshi, and he was hurt. This was a question to me.
To be turned on by that.
Yes. This is more a question to you guys, like to the audience and to us asking. So these were my 2 questions to end the episode. So Mama, father needs to be dealt with so everything goes according to plan for Jinshi and Gaoshin for them to take in charge of what's happening. And the second question is, eyes for the high-ranking concubine, but Mama's with her friend and they're at fault. What happened? And can we stop ending at a fucking cliffhanger? Is what I wrote.
No. Hell no.
Well,
I want cliffhangers. I don't mind it.
I think what you're misunderstanding about Lacan, about Mao Mao's dad, is that Mao Mao's dad is a very influential, very powerful person.
Okay, that I understood. Yes.
Court, right? But the problem is that he is beholden to no one.
He has no house. He has no house.
He has no loyalty to nobody.
No, he has a house. He has the house. He's the leader of the law house. The problem is that he specifically builds power for himself so that he doesn't have to do anything. So he's really good at being a leader. The problem is that he belongs to none of the factions at court. Okay. There are several factions, right? So there's the Emperor's faction, right? There's the Advisor's faction, the dude that has Shisui, Lolan, that has Lolan there. The
concubine.
The concubine, yeah, that has Lolan there.
I peeped that, Gremmon.
Shut up!
Me too. That's why I ignored it. I'm like, can you stop it? Avoid it. Continue.
That has Lolan there, who's trying to get pregnant so that she has more power. And then there's other factions that are there. The problem is that Lacan's faction, that it hasn't picked a side yet, is big enough and strong enough to upset the balance no matter where they go. So everybody's like, we need him on our team.
Oh, so that's what he's trying to tell Mama everything. So if Mama gets in, he has to pick his side since his daughter's on that side. In a way,
either that,
I'm
but
assuming.
The problem is, well, yes, that is like what he hopes for. But he also said the reason he can't like pursue anything right now is because right now, Lacan, like I said, is volatile. He could either A, join your team because Mao's there, or B, kill you, everybody you care about, take out your whole fucking faction, and take Mao back. Because he is that guy.
Yeah, because
he has that much power.
You don't know his next move because he's hard to predict.
Exactly.
He's hard to predict.
It's because he's beholden to no one.
Yeah, it's understandable.
And because he is the smartest motherfucker there, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So that's kind of what that's kind of the thing with Jinshi. Jinshi's like, I mean, if I got her, that could be either really good or really bad. So it's like, I don't know what to do here.
And she's choosing not to listen to him because she's avoiding not to know everything, all the secrets, but she's kind of asking herself questions now during this episode. She's like, wait a minute, if he's there, who is he part of? And like, she's slowly trying to figure it out, but she doesn't want to question herself too much, which I love. She starts to analyze it, but she's like, wait, stop analyzing, stop. I don't want to know these secrets. Exactly. I don't want to be involved. I'm tired of this. I love it.
And the biggest thing is that Mao feels similarly to, like, because Mao in season 1 warned Jinshi, whatever you do, I don't like that man, but whatever you do not make him your enemy. Is what she told
did say
Jinshi.
That. I remember when we got the scary face, like in episode, I think it was 17 or 18 around there. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any thoughts or comments about the show? Because I know I'm just speaking about my own questions. Because like, hey, I'm my own watcher, but I know you guys probably also have questions to the class or comments about the class.
I was like, talking.
I mean, in terms of this episode, I mean, I felt for Lishu a lot.
Yeah.
In this episode, like, it took Jinshi long enough to put him in their damn place. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, man took his time.
I was home for a slap. Like, come on, bitch slap.
No, I'm sorry. I'm glad the way he did it. Well, I said she by accident. I love the way he did it. Is because you don't need to smack them. You just put them in place and disrespect them in front of them, and also him yourself to be the one putting them in place is scared enough because they find him as a god, find him gorgeous, but then he's telling you to be in your place and you're supposed to help her. I love that. Trust me, I wish you smacked them. I was like, please, for the God's sake, smack them. Like, I learned the rule. Just you put that girl in a place. Fucking love it.
Yeah. I mean, happened maybe later than I don't know. I was hoping he would have. I don't know, because it was just pissing me off, right? That's probably why I wanted
she needed proof.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. True.
It made sense, but like, I'm just sitting there like, oh, dude, like, this is pissing me off so much.
Well, I mean,
but also now, go ahead.
Season 1, Mao told Jinshi that she's pretty sure she's being bullied. Like, she told Gaoshun, if you remember, she said, I'm pretty sure it was just the taster that did it. And it was like, wait, what? I'm like, look, I don't want anyone to get punished, but I'm pretty sure she's just being bullied by her people. Because she outright said that to Gaoshun. and then she implied it to Jinshi later. So Jinshi's not stupid. He knows what's going on. He just can't. It's not his place unless he goes, by the way, I am Kazui Getsu. I am the Emperor's brother. Unless he does that, right now he's just a helper to all the concubines. So he can't go out and just say, yeah, by the way, you're being a dick. You know, like he could do that if he outed himself, but he doesn't want to be outed, right? So
He's playing the long game. Yeah, he's playing the long game.
Everyone's just playing like 4D chess, and everyone's trying to be ahead of themselves. But realistically, like Gremmon was saying, the main person who's really ahead of everybody is Laka. That's the guy you gotta watch out for.
Lacan, because he can catch you lacking.
Also, that freaking cliffhanger with Shaolin, like now she potentially may be in some shit.
But we also got a good looking eunuch that looks a lot like Junshi, and also a lot of girls are in love with him, and also hiding his skin because he got scars, and also all the eunuchs got dicks.
No comment.
No comment. So I might have pointed out this eunuch and recommended that Memory search his mind banks to see if he could find someone that looks like that character. And
I figured it out. Yeah,
he knows who it is. So
yeah, but I'm not gonna
I
say.
have theories. Yeah,
but...
I have theories myself. I think if we're all kind of on the same page, then I might not be far from my theory as well.
I'm not on the same page. I don't know. I don't know what they're referencing about, chat. I'm just here by myself here.
I wouldn't even go back and look and try to piece it together because I feel like it would hit a lot more potentially. But like, yeah, I figured it out, and damn. But no, like even the stuff like I feel like what they're going for here is like obviously like the trio with Mao Mao, Shaolin, and Shisui. Like that's I feel like we're finally gonna get some answers on Shisui because I think Crash even as well kind of we were like I've thought she was sus since her introduction, honestly.
I don't think she's sus. I'm looking at the photos now too. I was
alluding to what you were talking about, like how she looked like Lolan, like with the
I was gonna say that. Like I still like I'm looking at I'm even thinking now it might be twins, and it's kind of like, I don't know. There's so many like I will say Gremmon is right. I don't think there's anything bad with her per se, but there's just a lot of mystery surrounding this character where it's kind of like
the way she shows up,
a big factor. Yeah, you kind
of the way she shows up very randomly and then she dips out randomly. It's just like
the Empress Dogger. I was watching it again with my missus, and I'll just say like you said it perfectly. She came out of nowhere. Why would you be there at certain points when certain people or certain events just so happen to come by? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So
I feel like finally, hopefully we're gonna get some with that because especially if Shaolin's gonna be going through, if she's gonna get in trouble or whatever the hell is gonna happen with her, like I know it's not really Mao Mao's like what could Mao Mao really do in that situation? Maybe with Jinshi, I don't even know, but like if something did happen to her, like Mao Mao, she's not really in the position or place to do something, but I don't know. But like also because that's been the trio, they've been focused on quite a bit, right? And I feel like they've made that apparent, right? With Shaolin, Mao Mao, and Shisui. So I feel like finally we're gonna maybe get some answers on Shisui. At least I hope so, especially thinking about the end of the episode and in that. I'm not gonna go into more detail, but yeah, that was that and then the stuff with like Li Shu was obviously like the stuff that I liked a lot with the episode. Jinshi putting the former lady in waiting or whatever in her place. Jinshi being pretty bold, right? Talking about like referring to Mama by like her name and all that, and I did like that too. So it was a good episode. It was a good episode for sure.
It was. So, anybody else got last thoughts? If not, we can move on.
I don't think she's gonna be in trouble, Shaolin. I think they're gonna.
I hope not.
They're gonna get away. I highly doubt it's gonna turn that way. I just can't see the way the story of the show's been going.
Well, they did say it was for a concubine, so.
I do want to just point out that we saw Mao Mao in that shot, so that is her friend. So maybe she'll come.
Homies for life. Yeah. Homies for life.
But man, chat, If you heard it here, homies for life, because you gotta lie to your bosses. We got here a transition for the Dinner Table Detective episode 1 and 2. If you are in a rich party, and you hear with other people, you get a call from your coworker, say come to this hotel, but then you're already there, and you gotta switch mode. You get a whole new butler, and then you gotta solve the mystery. Did you guess who it was? Because me and Crash were right who it was. Did you, Nate and Gremmon, did you guys knew who it was by episode 2? By the reveal of who was the one that hit her with a plant?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even care who it was because I was just
I didn't give a shit.
What happened?
my favorite
What
my
happened?
favorite thing with this series is the voice acting. 100%.
Yup.
Like Mamoru Miyano voicing the dude with the white hat, the Kazumatsuri guy.
Like,
Perfect.
Speedwagon. You talking about Speedwagon?
Speedwagon? No, his name is Okabe Rintaro, bro. He's Pandora's actor. He's my goat.
Wait, Pandora's
bro.
actor from what show?
For
Overlord.
Ah, Pandora's
Yeah,
again.
he's one of the goats. Mamoru Miyano.
He's a great voice actor.
With Yuki Kaji playing the straight man and Hana Kanazawa being there in the middle of both of them, just like, what's going on? The chemistry between these three is insane. I am laughing at every scene. Mamoru Miyano is a freaking crazy ball of energy, just screaming, going, it was that person.
He's also the voice of Axel from Lazarus. No wonder he's no wonder
He's one of the goats. Like Grem,
he's the voice of Benimaru. Shit, no wonder I
Grem
recognize
he
him.
plays Okabe, Light Yagami, Krollo. I mean, this dude, I mean, come on, right?
He is an OG.
Nazai from Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Crash. He does give me the Speedwagon vibe from JoJo, so I do agree with Crash on that part.
Like the actual character itself,
the character. The character.
But no, it's a character just perfect for Miyano. Like, it just
so good.
Yeah, it's just
it's great.
You have to come in my car with me and I drive you home? Hell nah.
What's the most funniest part is that when he was in the garden and he was like, "Hey, I'm also a rich person, right? But I'm from this car." But then everyone's like, "Yeah, but you know, has bad motor, bad this, bad this." He's like, "Anyway, hey guys, can you just move away from a crime scene?" I just love how he changed the whole area. Like, I'm gonna just change the vibe. Fucking me up.
No, it's just there's something about like the voice acting, but then also that like Kazumatsuri, like he has no skills at all as a detective. But then like our main girl does actually have skills, and they're like coming together.
When they come together, their IQ collectively drops by 10 points.
Yeah, like he's bringing her down.
He is bringing her down. He is
for sure.
She is wild.
Bunch of idiots. They're my favorite two little idiots this freaking season, dude. It's so good. They take a sidebar real quick.
Detective anime.
Oh, it's better.
Hell yeah, this is way better. This is way better.
It's a lot better.
I'm not dropping look. I give
the first cases will be hit or miss. I feel like, right? But like I don't even care.
Yeah,
the voice acting is just that.
Well, though that the cases are not done within the episode. The cases kind of fall over. Like they're done within the half episode of one, and the roll over to the next episode half. Like I like how it doesn't, in most kind of cop shows, it starts from point A of the beginning of the episode to point B at the end of the episode. But in this one, it starts in the middle of the episode and then it rolls over to the next one. And I like that because it keeps you hooked and curious what's gonna happen next. It's like with episode 1, the case started in episode 1, but then roll over to 2, it got done. And then a new case happened. He called, and then I love her just scream, "Butler!" And literally he just can't pick her up. She said, "I'm tired." And then girls started to work. The episode ended with the case still going on, so I appreciate that because it didn't feel like an episode of the week. It felt like a story still gonna continue, so I appreciated that.
Yeah,
man. I just love it so much.
I will just say the OP also surprisingly was not bad. The
OP's a vibe.
The vibe is amazing.
I don't mind listening to it. It's not something I'll keep on my playlist, but I'm not skipping the intro either. If that makes sense.
Also, why on Amazon Prime? I don't know why.
I mean, Amazon Prime's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it has 3 shows I think for me this season. It has The guy over in the Boondocks.
I think YAIBA is on Prime too.
No, YAIBA's on
I
Netflix.
thought it was on Netflix.
That's on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I really dig the music. The aesthetic of the background and the animation is really soothing. The running animation of the dude in the first episode was wild. It just felt like a comedy scene for that. I don't know why he ran like that. The butler deadass said, "Are you a complete moron who hasn't solved this case yet? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, I was laughing when he deadass answer her that, like, that's literally your boss and you're gonna literally call her a moron, even though she did give you permission. Speak to how you want. So I love that.
I don't know what I can say. Yuki Kaji playing the straight man is just, it's the opposite of what Yuki Kaji normally does, and that's why it's so good. Like, he normally plays he played what, Meliodas, like
Aaron.
He is
Aaron from Attack on Titan.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yuki Kaji is that guy, and he's just there going like, y'all are kind of retarded, bro. Like, what are you?
He's like,
on,
GG, just get
dude?"
good. Like, I mean,
He's
my
like,
God, like y'all suck.
Exactly. Get good.
Like y'all suck.
Bro
He
was an
popped up,
asshole.
He's like, I'm a whole ass butler, and I can tell you who did it.
Yo,
Like,
but one thing is that
incompetent.
me and Crash were watching together. He actually, how I knew, and I'm like, oh, it's because the bracelet, when the, I'm sorry, not bracelet, when the necklace gets hit by light, it changes color. He's like, okay, cool. And he said, I think it's her too, but I have a different reason. Once he saw the butler came, oh, it's because the sunlight and everything. He's like, damn, Rash, you called it. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of obvious. Like,
Oh my God, the twist with the girl being into the girl, the other girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vash was confused about that.
I was confused.
He was like, why did he have the same necklace? I had to explain to him, like, because she likes her. But
I got a
he
kick out of
fell
that.
for the
I
other
was
guy.
confused because I
it was the
thought,
dude the whole
yeah,
time.
me too. I thought she was in love with the dude, but it wasn't. It's
Yeah.
because girl was in love with the
Nah.
dude's girl, not
Yeah.
him. And I'm like, oh shit.
No, because at first we were led to believe that, right?
yeah,
But-
exactly.
Yeah, then they hit you with that. I'm just like, wait, what?
So I'm so confused.
Don't ever,
like-
so with these mystery animes, you can't assume like you're gonna get something so powerful in the beginning. And the Doctor and the Detective really thing like killed it for me with that aspect. So when I saw this anime, I'm like going in thinking the mystery cases are not gonna be like phenomenal by any means. And then you get hit with this plot twist, and I was like, damn, I should have seen this coming. Like, how the fuck did I not see? Like, it could have been obvious if I really looked more into it, but then at the same time, because of previous mystery animes, it kind of killed it for him. Like, oh well, you know, it is what it is. But
So-
still, I
My question to you guys, before we get into the next episode next week, because I know I'm not gonna be here, who do you guys think will be the person? Is it the brother, the girl, or the guy that has an athlete but cannot throw no more? Because they all threw each other under the bus. Who do you guys think it is?
I think it's the little girl.
It's the little
kid.
girl,
you
bro.
think it's a little girl?
Okay,
It's
so
gotta
it's
be the
funny.
little girl, bro.
So okay,
because
so
it's the one person that they said it can't be her. Bro, it's her. It's her. It's
so my guess was the eldest girl, was the big girl. The girl that's gonna go to strip club, I think, or host club or whatever she's going to. Crash, what's your guess?
I thought it was the big guy, the big brother, the one he was first saying, because he even said it too, like, you know, when they were having that dinner thing where the you know, the mom was like, oh, did you finally get those accounts or whatever? And he was like, no, I was doing something else. And she's like, oh, you're a disgrace. You're supposed to be the CEO next after I died. Now I'm about to give it to the other brother. And he's kind of like, I'm a killer. That's literally what I was thinking prior to that scene. I was like, that's
It's two on the
exactly
nose.
what's gonna
It's two on the
happen.
nose. It can't be him.
Yeah,
it can't be.
I
It's
mean,
gotta be the little
anything's
girl.
in the air.
Trust.
All right, so
Holy
it's
Jesus
literally
Christ, watch her.
Well,
If it's a
we're all
little
gonna,
girl,
like,
I
be
will be
wrong,
wrong.
because like, yeah, because like the little girl is the
It's
one.
gonna be
where
the
they're, like,
picture.
kinda,
It's gonna
like-
be the
yeah,
picture, kid.
it's gonna be someone in the middle, because like the one is like, oh, she's not sus at all. They're putting no like sus on her. So like I'm thinking like,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
'cause girl was
it's gonna be
sleeping.
her. And then there's the one that's like really obvious because he was saying, oh, I'm gonna kill her or whatever. Like it's gonna be someone in the middle probably. But yeah,
both
I would
brothers too.
I would
don't
still
know.
say it's the little girl. That's what I'm
be the
saying
little
right
girl.
now.
It's
but-
gotta be, dude.
I'm going to laugh my ass off if it is a little girl. Honestly, like that's just so
It's
baffling.
gonna
in
be
my
an
mind.
accident. It's not even gonna be on purpose. She's gonna be like rigging up something in her room as like a joke. It's gonna have a hit her in the head. She's gonna be dead on the ground. It's gonna be like, oh shit, oops. And then she throws it through the window. Yeah, I'm in bed. No one knew. It's gonna be so stupid.
Well, okay.
Oh, man.
But I know I'm enjoying this. The the dinner table detective, I'm gonna still be watching it, even though I don't know why she has to lie to her own partner, but it's just hilarious how the butler had already all the suit and dress and glasses for her to hide her disguise. I feel like girl's Batman.
He's rich and he's rich. She doesn't want him to know where she lives because in that case, he will follow her wherever the hell she goes. That's it. She doesn't want to stalk her. That's all. And he's very, very clingy. That's it.
All right, cool. Anybody wants to talk about your form, or are we good to move on? Because I don't got no thoughts since I fell asleep in episode 2 when we were watching it, so I don't even have thoughts.
I apologize. I want to watch it. I don't have a legal way by any means to watch it, so your boy the Hispanic Assassin has to do some potentially, maybe not, FBI watching all that. I will potentially be sailing the high seas for the show. Next week I will do a better job watching it.
Gremmon and Nate, you guys got thoughts or not?
Not
the beginning after the end.
All right. Before we jump into beginning of the end, can we actually have actual honorable mentions that are short?
For the Isekai?
Yes, for Isekai Fantasies.
No, but I have one we're gonna be adding to talking about.
Wait, which one are we gonna be adding to talk about?
I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire.
Oh, okay. I don't mind that one.
We can save that one. We can save that one for
Okay.
the breakdown. I actually don't have any honorable mentions for this.
I do have one. Gremmon, can you add that to the document if you don't mind while I bring up my honorable mention? So my honorable mention of Isekai Fantasy, since I have where is it? So Evil Lord is the one that Gremmon will talk about. Cool. Is the Underwear Atelier Meister. Episode 3 and 2 still entertains me. I'm telling Nate to go and pick this one up, even though if I tell him to pick it up, he's going to be having 42 enemies, so that's up to him now. But Underwear Atelier Meister, if you want to watch a character that reminds you of Belle from Danmachi, but also if you want to watch like a better, like this anime is the better version of that Sika anime we had last season. What was it? Where he died.
What,
but
A-Rank?
No. The possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. This is the better version of that, and it's solid, entertaining. It literally has me hooked in. I've given both episodes an 8.5 and 8 out of 10. Episode 3 did lack a bit of animation. Our MC Kurt is very oblivious of how overpowered he is. He has no skill or combat, but he has triple S tier attributes and everything else. That's all I'm gonna say. So that's a good show to go check out. The Briley Healer, New Life in the Shadows. Highly recommend it. Episode 2 was a solid 8 out of 10. This man is literally a healer in the shadows, in the boonies. That imagine if you get your arm cut off, you're supposed to lose your arm, right? But then you just heal it a bit so you could just, heal your wound. This motherfucker could literally rip off your arm and regenerate a new one and then charge you 3 gold pieces. 3 gold coins, and that's it. That's a payment. And those people were like, that's not normal. Nobody's supposed to do it. And guess what? He's a somebody. He did it. And he thinks that every other healer is supposed to do this. Guess what, motherfucker? You ain't normal. So can't wait to see how that interaction builds up in the future. And the other one I want to throw in the mention is I'm an old country pumpkin to the Master Swordsman. The dub is ass. That's all I had to say.
Look, Paul doesn't have the sauce. I talked about it in the first week. I'm gonna talk about it again.
Okay, what's up?
I do not like the trope that the main character is kind of a badass but has no idea.
Exactly.
And like they're just trying to convince him for the whole fucking series that hey, you're kind of a badass. It's like
that one's like a drop candidate for me, honestly. Like if I feel like episode 3, 4 is not really hitting, I might drop it, honestly.
Same. By episode 46, by episode 46, I might drop it, but I will still watch it, but probably might not even bring it up during honorable mention. I'm like, hey, it happened. Yeah. Cool. That's it.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna watch it. Like I'm not gonna drop it or anything, but
I tried to mention it. Like the dub is ass in Amazon Prime. It sounds very dry. It has no emotions, and he's gonna fight somebody of sword against magic, and he's gonna kick their asses. It's very easy. It's very obvious. So can't wait to see that happens. But hey,
also Slime 300's a thing. It's fun.
Yeah, it's wholesome. I literally got nothing else to say. Like the episode was nice.
It's fun.
It's very wholesome. But hey, T-Bad, the slideshow of the season, the PNGs.
If I may, real quick, now it's Grem's turn because I was gonna shit on memory. Now it's Grem's turn because I was listening to the previous episode, and now I'm going to you for this because I did my homework on this, and you tell me you didn't take notes. So I have quotes here, by the way, to prove you wrong. In the previous episode of this, you said that and I quote, "Give the light novel a chance. The story builds up." So my question to you, Gremmon, is after seeing that, and I saw the clip of what was supposed to be a great anime, which now is trying to be petitioned to end the series with maybe, for last I checked, 10 to 20K signatures. Should I still watch the anime knowing that the light novel is still great?
I said give the light novel a chance. What do you want from me, bro? Read it.
Don't convince me to watch it because it looks like dog shit.
No.
Why? It's a slideshow, bro. I could count the frames.
I'd rather you watch
the fight. It's funny when I could just be like, "Yo, Google Slides. It's a fight scene." They didn't show a single character move during the fight.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You can't. No one can. Like, I don't know anybody that's trying to defend that. It's just bad.
It's bad. But the story's so good. Read it, boys. There's a manga there. There's a web comic, bro. There's a web novel out there. Read it, boys.
This is literally
so good.
This literally might be worse than the Tower of God situation.
And this is what I was.
It is, and that sucks
about this
because
thing is a lot.
Because thing is, look,
why the fuck are so many anime studios rushing to put out something when they know it's not going to be the best?
This one is
quantity over quality nowadays.
And with this one, bro, it was given to a third party. It wasn't even the actual studio doing it themselves, and that's the part that sucks.
And that's my point. Yeah, look, if you're going to end up doing that, just take another season, take a year, and look. I understand, I guess, because I'm not as like immersed with the entertainment, series like you guys are. Like, yeah, I'm really not. I'm just starting to learn all that too, and even with a lot of shows and everything, they show me the information and everything. But the idea is like, for me as a viewer, if you need to take time to make greatness happen, take the time. I get technology is gonna, evolve and everything.
We don't have control over that. It's more the producers and the budget, because that's, hey, if they have the money now for that project, they'd rather use it. And since they can't wait, since if they don't use that budget, they might lose it to a different anime or to different projects. And that's why sometimes when things are greenlit, they either have to do it now or wait another time, and they might lose the staff they have or something. Right now for T-Bat, they should have even like, hey, we don't got the budget, we don't got the staff, don't even try it, don't even do it. But
no, and that's you're 100% right. That's my thing. Like, that's why I was portraying the Grem. Like, I would read the web novel or the web comic if that's the case, or even the light novel, if that was the case.
I agree.
But like, bro, it sucks because then like you're hyping up. Well, not you specifically, but people are hyping up like, oh, the first episode, beginning to the end is going to be great, and then episode 2 comes out, and it's like you guys are talking a lot of shit, like it's going to be good, and then what the fuck happens? I'm supposed to take your word for it now? Like, no, that's my thing. Like, it's nobody's really fault that, it happened, this situation. It happens a lot of animes, and I feel so bad for them. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to be harsh when it comes to critiquing. Like, there was no excuse when you could have done literally anything else.
Look.
At the end of the day, producers will be producers, but it's just a shame at the end of the day. Like, it's a really damn shame. Because I'm not going to watch anime anyways. I'm just laughing at it because I'm like, oh, like, my gut told me it's something's going to happen. Not even 2 episodes in, and I'd seen that. I was like, wow, that's just wild to me.
So when it comes to the actual thoughts of this episode, the episode was ass, animation was ass, but the ending was fire. I don't know what the fuck that was. This giant demon or creature or looking monster at the end. Don't know what that was, but cool. That's all I got.
Yeah, the production is just, apparently the first 2 episodes are outsourced to China. So what does that tell you? That they were like,
you're lying.
I swear.
Yeah.
They were not.
I forgot what was. That's why I said third party.
Yeah, they were not ready or prepared for this at all. And there was some clip, I think, because the author did like an interview or something like that with like Crunchyroll or whatever. And I guess the author was just like, so like, which makes sense, right? Like he's happy to see or have an offer, right, to come to him about like his series being adapted. But apparently people are saying like the author just went with the first like option, essentially, right? Like the first option that came to them. So yeah, I mean, not really the smartest decision, but like from the author's perspective, he maybe was thinking like, okay, like this, I might not get any other offers, right? So like, it's just kind of unfortunate that was the first offer that came to him. And I think Crunchyroll was also involved in like the producer, like I think they're actually credited as a producer. So in terms of like the planning and gathering like the resources for the project. I think Crunchyroll actually had a part to play in it as well.
With producers, we have Crunchyroll, we have Fuji TV, we have Bilibili, and then we have Clockwork, Showwork. We have like 6 or 8 different producers.
Yeah.
When you have,
I think when you
have less than 8 producers, that's not good. Just saying. As somebody who works in this industry, when you have this many producers and you have this much of animation budget looking ass in 2 episodes, look, when you have Solo Leveling, Tower of God, God of High School, and also T-Bat as 4 of your big type of webtoon series, and Solo Leveling and Tower of God being the top 2, and with Tower of God season 2 being ass and the God of High School being butcher, like right now, Crunchyroll with your Crunchyroll like original projects are not doing well. The only ones that's doing great is actually Solo Leveling, and that's just because of big hype, and that's not like being stellar. It's just more or farming moments. But I feel bad for T-Bat. I feel bad for the audience. I feel bad for the fans that I was looking forward to it because I had Gremmon tell me this a couple months ago. Good series. We have spoken about Jobless and other type of series like this, and when I hear T-Bat, the time comes, the week comes, and I was literally holding this back. I told the guys, wait for me to watch it together. And guess what? They watch it without me. I was truly not going to watch it on my own. I was like, I don't got time. Literally, the last frame of the episode is literally what got me curious to see episode 3. I'm like, ooh, who's this guy? He looks evil. But also, he knew his name. What does it mean? Don't know. Stay tuned for the next T-Bat episode next week.
Yeah, it feels just so like...
That's all I got.
It just feels so bland and like... I don't know, just like you can't even do the simple things. Like even the one girl who was firing her bow, like you didn't even see the action of her like actually pulling back on the bow and shooting it and seeing. You would just hear the sound effect and then it would skip to where the arrow landed. I'm like, that is so garbage, bro. And that was like the whole episode.
That's like that's animation where Vash could do. Like that's animation that Vash could do.
Like you can't even show that. Like what are you going to be able to show?
What bothers me is the line effects, the white lines effects on the side of the screen, just showing the static image. I'm like, this don't help it. This don't help it.
I will say though, there's another thing I'm kind of like not as big on so far, and it's more. It doesn't even really have to do with the animation, but it's like like in terms of the story, the actual like the plot. I mean the way that they like. To me, it just feels kind of sped up or like because they have like these backstory like moments in there with like Arthur and like his previous life and how he like, he killed people and all that, or he had to or whatever. And then just like how quickly he like was like, oh, this is what family feels like, like how quickly he like got that. To me, that was kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like it was like really quick. Sort of like, I don't know if I'd say it's like a switch up, but he had this life where he was like for many years, I would assume, like he was killing so many people, and then now just so quickly here, at least how it comes across in the anime, he's just like, oh, family, this is what a family is like I wish I like
Don Toretto looking ass.
Like it feels like, I don't know, I didn't really feel much from that because like it just feels too quick for me. That's one thing I will add in terms of like the story or the actual like the characters and whatnot. That was one thing I was like, I'm not really sold on that part. Like maybe I should feel some type of way about that, but I personally didn't. But also that could be more like a direction or writing sort of thing in terms of how they're handling the material as well. So I don't know, but
copy. Let's move on to I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire episode 2. Even though 3 episodes has been out, I've seen all 3, but let's talk about episode 2 since episode 3 comes out next week. I know myself, Gremmon, and Memory has seen it. Talk to me guys real quick.
Grem.
I think he's here still because of what we talked about.
It's so funny, dude. I love. Okay, bro. I hate his family in the other world. I hate his boss.
Same.
Seeing them get taken down a peg is great.
Oh, amazing.
Just love it.
Agreed.
Him coming out of that chamber and she's like managing his property pretty well is really good. But all I'm thinking about right now is episode 3 stuff. I gotta stop. Episode 2, it was really fun. It's just so fun. Guys, if you guys want some just it's
some good revenge stories, some good like fuck these people, fuck society, and let me just worry about myself. Let me worry about my belief, my people,
yeah,
and
but
fuck
it's
any
not
other
even
human.
gonna be that. That's the worst part. It's not even gonna be that. He's just gonna be like, yo, AI is gonna rule the world. Let's go. Let's create Skynet. Like, dude, it's gonna be so funny, man.
Look,
it's so funny.
I enjoy episode 2 and 3. If we want to talk about episode 3, it's fine because I'm not gonna be here next week. So if you want to talk about it since episode 3 comes out, we get to audience like, hey, if you don't want to know, event they go on Crunchyroll, watch it. It's right there, literally already to be watched. And I enjoy episode 3 and 2. I literally have gave 2 and 3 literally an 8 and an 8.5 out of 10. It's fucking good. I agree, Gremmon. Fuck the mom, fuck the kid, fuck the husband. I'm glad he got taken to the hospital. I mean,
What
the
the
hospital.
kid do? You can't blame the kid.
Well, the kid said, "I like the other dad." I'm sorry. She had the.
Okay. That's the mom's fault. That's
That,
not
no,
the
no, that's
kid's
true.
fault.
No,
All right.
but still, the kid to say that to him, he felt that broken heart. Like, damn, like you was an asshole.
Yeah, but the kid doesn't know any better. The kid doesn't even know that that's not
Understandable,
daddy.
but in my head, I'm like, fuck them kids. On this episode, I'm like, fuck them kids. That's it.
Fair enough.
How about you, Nate? Are you the same about fuck them kids?
I've been enjoying this one. I think I'm thinking of just the beginning of episode 1 too, where like I was kind of just instantly sold, especially like with the space battles you were seeing.
Oh yeah,
but because I love stuff like that personally. But no, what was the episode 3 was the samurai dude, right?
Yeah, samurai dude. Yeah,
just how BS.
He was lying. Bro
yeah.
just kept turning like, one way of the sword you gotta be with it. You cannot be ready whenever you are. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you're not making no sense. But he's believing everything. But I think he's lying to you. I'm curious to see what's next episode 4. Like, I'm curious to see what's his punishment gonna be.
Yeah, the sword guy's the samurai's pretty funny, honestly. But no, I've been enjoying this one. It is kind of unfortunate they dropped 3 episodes at once because now
it was a good binge.
Yeah.
I watched episode 1 and then I told you guys, and then Gremmon told me, oh yeah, we saw 1, 2, and 3 because we couldn't stop. And then I told myself, all right, I'm gonna watch it 2 and then I'm gonna call it a pause. Once 2 ended, like, nah, I gotta see 3. And just seeing 3, this little kid literally killing him, some random dude from the treasury, he handles money. I love how you're saying, like, look, kid, you might not understand at your level and everything because things out of your control. I love how he got mad, like, bitch, what again? I'm gonna just chop your head off. And I was like, yes, motherfucker, you use your power. And I love how his butler, like, no, we shouldn't do this. I love how he said, I don't give a fuck. I got the power. I could do what I want. I'm like, yes. Let these fucking kids, let these people know you, put them in your place.
He's getting rid. Oh, also he killed for the first time too. That was I mean, he's trying to get, like, obviously he's working on things to help the people, but also he's like getting rid of like the corruption inside of the empire or whatever. So.
Yeah, I'm the one who can take advantage of my people, not you. Slices them down, like, oh my god. He wants to be evil so bad, but like he's gonna end up doing more good purely because he's like, only I can be the evil one. Rah! He's so stupid and so good. And then, bro, his teacher, dude.
Yeah, the swords.
The goat. He's like, bro, I couldn't fucking do that. It's fake as shit. What the fuck? That guy's stupid. Like,
I will say I'm curious because they're building up to it. You can tell, right? Like, because they keep cutting back and forth between the stuff with Liam and then the blonde-haired girl.
But
I'm wondering,
is that future stuff or is that happening like in space, like right above them or something?
I thought that's happening in parallel, and they're gonna cross paths at some point. That's what I think. Because
the thing is, like, episode 1, we see they
were all together, right?
Yeah, they were all together,
and she was acting like, I will be the one to protect him. So like very clearly she's gonna become a simp, but it's like, why though? And I think we're seeing the, like, bro, I've seen this hentai before. She gets caught by the space pirates. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is, hey, look at his face. He's seen it too. He knows it too.
You know.
All I'm saying is I saw her get captured by a space pirate, and I was like, bro, I know this hentai. Like, so I'm just
Oh
waiting.
yeah, when you started like, I could do what I want. Be like, I've seen this before. I've seen this somewhere before.
Oh no!
I think
Yeah.
it's literally called. I think it's called like Space
no!
Princess, whatever the hell her name is, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
a
it does.
thing. It's
It
a
does.
thing.
Hell.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
Anyway.
Hey, anybody more thoughts? If not, we can move on to our last two segments: rom-coms and shonen.
I think we can move on.
Watch it, guys. 3 episodes. Binge it.
Yeah, try it
Love
out.
Yeah, go check it out. Even though if you already heard this this whole segment, that's a whole spoiler for you. But go watch it. Hopefully we did convince you either way. But let's get into look for rom-coms. I don't think we have any honorable mentions. So since we already have 4 things to talk about, let's spur through them since we're already here on the clock. So we got KOWLOON generic romance. I'm gonna pass it to Crash first since he wasn't here last week to give his thoughts. I know we spoke about the first episode last week very briefly. So Crash, talk to us.
You guys didn't mention this in the previous episode, but I'll just say the detail, the animation, I really fucks with. It gives me both Cowboy Bebop and Mysterious Girlfriend X vibes just for the animation alone. I was like, the first like episode I'm talking about, we guys already talked about, but I just saw it and I was like, I'm thinking about, you know, the girl and the guy and everything, and I'm just like, damn, like this is giving me nostalgia, and that word comes up a lot in, you know, the anime, nostalgia. That's what this whole anime is all about, giving that sense of nostalgia and all that. And I seen the synopsis in the trailer with you guys. I knew that there is a mystery behind this romance. So now we're seeing that. You guys talked about it. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. You know, Reiko saw the photo. Things are not what they're supposed to be, and all I'm gonna say is there's a lot of theories in my mind about. I mean, I can talk about the episode, but realistically, what I'm really gonna say is I have a lot of theories about what is happening. I spoke a little bit with Vash, like outside the podcast, but I think that machine that's up there, I forgot the name, it starts with a GAT, but that machine up there has
the generic Terra, I think it's called.
Thank you. The generic Terra has the consciousness right now of Reiko, and it's bringing like the scenario as if she's there in KOWLOON right now, thinking that she's just remembering all of past events and memories of people they have met during the time that she may have been alive. I think I'm also wrong too, because it's like the boyfriend Hajime also knows more that he's letting on. So it's kind of throwing me off what I've seen this, you know, this episode where it's like he sees her kind of like act the way that, you know, Kurja B or Reiko B, you know, part B is acting, and then when she decides to like do her own thing, he's kind of like, I've got nothing to do with you, fuck off. So it's I think I know what he's thinking, and then I get to a point where, like, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking anymore.
To add on top of that,
he gets hope that the old her is like
coming back. They're like, oh, he's going to
but then his girl. Then he's like, oh wait, no, you're still whatever you are now.
It gets confused because I like your theory, Crash, because it gets confusing where like if that's possible, how can she be making new friendships with a girl with blonde hair and goes to a doctor, but then goes to a doctor and he is also creepy, takes her lipstick off her lip and talks about her saying that like, hey, you don't know about your past either, and I can't do nothing about that. Like, so like if we're seeing like a fragment of a memory of somebody, we should be seeing their past, not what's happening in the present or what's going on in their current future that they're presenting to us. So it's very curious to see what is reality, because in episode 1 she has a flashback that same restaurant she was in, it looked like it was burned down. So it's like
I was gonna
so like that also mindfucked me to think like what's real in the reality, to know that for us to understand as viewer, that's the part that fucked me up.
I think she's a clone.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
That's what I was thinking. So my thought was a clone because
what the doctor says. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
but what the doctor says is that your wrinkles, your crow's feet, they don't have any history. He said this is not a flaw in your skin. This is not that your skin like developed like this over time. It's like this was always your skin.
Oh, that's why she doesn't have piercing holes, because she needs to re-pierce it since she's a clone. That's why she doesn't have any holes in her ear.
Yeah,
I saw some people saying also they think it could be a simulation.
That's what
that's what I was saying with the first with the restaurant.
That's what kind of Crash was, I feel like, alluding to.
Okay, so
also
if that's what you were saying, I can see a simulation. Yeah. The
Yeah.
amnesia is a possibility as well because once you said that.
I don't think anymore.
wait,
It was.
maybe-
It's funny they bring that up because it's like it's not what's going to allude to. It was just I didn't even think of that either. And the fact they brought it up, I was like, oh, why didn't I think about that? But now that they have brought it up, it's not going to be the case. It's just like an idea for sure. It's not definitely. It's definitely not amnesia.
Could it be?
Because
Could it be?
'Cause
A
I think they did-
Shelter situation.
Who's?
Shelter. You
Oh,
remember
geez,
the
I haven't
music
watched
video?
Shelter. I haven't watched Shelter in forever, bro.
I haven't watched Shelter, so I don't know.
It could be a shelter situation. Like it's
Hmm.
a simulation. Like the whole world is fucked, and they're just their consciousnesses are in a.
But they
giant-
did say
Yeah, they did say that.
what?
With
they're talking
KOWLOON.
about- they're talking about
Yeah,
immortality and
it's
like
a
the
small
consciousness
square.
go up and- yeah.
But they also did talk about KOWLOON being like destroyed. And
Yeah,
obviously
like-
that hasn't happened. So
They spoke
And
about it
we-
in a past reference in a way because we see the photo and then a flashback that the place is burned down. The guy quit
Right.
as well in episode 2. He quit, in which they were all shocked. Like, how does he quit the next day?
yeah.
Yeah, or what did he do? Like maybe.
Oh yeah, and then
He got exited from the Matrix because this is all giving me Matrix right now.
That's a little trippy, honestly. Like, what? Like, it's kind of like with Soul Level. Like, the system doesn't want us to know, more information that we should delete.
But we also know that our boy is replaying events, just as the other side.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. He was repeating a lot of the stuff that she would say in the past.
The
to
quirks
to
that he
try and
mentioned.
get.
The quirks.
He was trying to get something out of her for her to
Yes,
like, for
because
something to click.
Because
right?
at least we have confirmation that 2 years ago, before they met, girl was 30 and they've been knowing each other or they've been dating. So it's been 2 years since right now we know from the doctor visit that she's 32. So that means it's been 2 years since whatever has happened in that time frame.
Can I just
Yeah.
say, so if you compare like the original Reiko, like what she was before, like, you know, up until like they met, so now what could be what we consider like a theory, like the clone, the original looks more older than the clone. So I thought about that and I'm looking at that, I'm like, like why does she want to put thicker lipstick? Why does she want to put on the accessories? And I guess it's just like, you know, as a woman, you know, you put these stuff when you're older. For her, it's just that concept hasn't hit her yet, which I thought was very odd. Like,
it's because
you know,
she's
like,
still young mentality. Because remember, she has no history. So for her, she's
exactly.
a clone. She's still a baby in the head.
With the clone idea, yeah, and I'm kind of like leaning towards the idea now. You guys might be onto something with the clone thing, because I was thinking AI or like a robot, like Vash was saying before, like iRobot, and maybe not with this one, with a different anime, but like, oh, maybe she might be a robot inside. We don't know. I don't know. It's
You're talking
too
about
many theories.
Which one was it?
your forma.
What?
Yes, yes, that is
Oh,
true.
your
Your
format,
format,
yeah,
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 was, yeah. But
Speaking of, that's a mid show. Anyway, I had to throw it in. Anyway,
yeah, I know. Just have
I
to slide
brought it
that
up
in.
to my
You're like, yeah, but to put the under the carpet real quick.
yeah.
I'm enjoying
Anyway,
KOWLOON. No lie, I'm enjoying it because I know
Yeah.
Crash saw it. I was the last one that hasn't seen it, and then I was kind of hesitant because it didn't interest me. I believe when we watched the trailer, and watching on Crash, by the end of the episode, I'm like, interesting. But then by episode 2, is like, I'm still, interesting. Like, where we still going with it? Like, what is reality? What's real? The Matrix, like this whole theory crafting. I'm having fun with it. I don't care if I'm right or wrong with anything. It's just more like, I will be mad if it's a bad execution, because I don't know if this has an actual, like, is it like a manga adaptation or is it like original?
Yeah, it's a manga.
Oh,
It is
okay.
my exaggeration. I
Okay.
think Neko was saying something about that too. With this,
They're trying
show,
to adapt
whatever.
the whole. They're trying to adapt the whole series in just 13 episodes. And
Oh,
the manga's
yes.
still going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what she
So
told
my-
us.
It's still going.
Yeah.
So how does that really?
Yeah,
end up?
I believe-
Shout out to Neko. I was paying attention to you. I was listening to you. Don't worry. Don't think I was ignoring any
I
of
believe
that. I was
Neko
listening
said
to you guys.
that the creator probably told the animators or the director what could have been the ending, which is weird. Like, if you have your manga still going and you're gonna have the anime adapt the ending, wouldn't that reveal your ending of your own manga? Like, isn't that confusing or bad for your own series?
I feel like it might be some anime original shit, but
say that, but the song "Ice and Fire" revealed the Targaryen siblings.
What?
Certain Snow character that is actually fucking his auntie. You know,
you're talking about
they-
Game of Thrones here, bro.
Yeah, that song of Ice and Fire. Yes.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? Are you
I'm like,
talking
where
about?
do we
Who's
transition?
talking
This
about
is. I'm like, this is an
Yeah.
anime podcast.
I'm just saying, there's shows out there that the creator has spoiled shit in the.
Oh, okay.
I get it. I get the reference now. It just threw me off where you went from. Here we're talking about KOWLOON there, Game of Thrones.
I was
reference.
like, what the fuck?
But yeah, the biggest thing I have about this show is that I want so badly to root for this romance, but also I'm just so curious on what the fuck is even happening in this world right now.
And why is Kudo not speaking?
Yeah.
Kudo, why is every Kudo character don't ever speak about his feelings? Just say what it is.
Well, I
do want to add the freaky dude.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to Hebi Numa or whatever the doctor. Dude.
Oh, okay, the doctor.
Yeah, Miyuki. I call him by first name. Miyuki.
Oh yeah. They're trying to. I feel like they're trying to hint at him being a villain, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's.
I think he is the
bro,
most
creepy
character.
Bro, you telling me?
He comes off creepy for sure.
I literally wrote doctors while snake shoots with snake tongues. What the fuck is going on here? Plus, this man lick his thumb with her lipstick. Tell me now that's creepy.
Freaky as hell.
He didn't lick her thumb. He didn't lick his thumb. He put her lipstick on.
I mean, he might as well lick it at that point.
I'm about to say tomato. That's literally almost. Okay, sorry. Tongue to lip. All right. Tomato.
But like,
he's going on his lips still. Still going on his lips in his mouth area.
Disrespectful, my G.
Look.
Y'all don't understand. It's a lot more intimate that he didn't lick it. All right.
Look. If you want to get intimate, let's move on to our next series that we're gonna talk very briefly about. Takamine episode 2. If you're gonna put them panties on in the middle of class and be fast and don't let her get caught. That's all I gotta say about this episode. It was better than the first one. I hated the first episode. I think it was the first episode. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. This one, I give a 7 out of 10. It was at least more enjoyable. In my ranking, I think it's like... And it's a 15 out of 20. It's a 15 out of 20 animes I've seen. So it's not bad. Anybody got that?
I thought it was worse than the first
Oh,
episode.
really? You thought it was worse? Damn. I actually enjoyed this one more than the first one. It's just the comedy, the tension. I hated the pacing because it dragged on way too much. But I did enjoy it at least more. Like, out of the Gooner shit, I'm enjoying this one the most. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I just can't stand the main girl. Honestly, she's just such like her personality is just so trash. I don't care about this. Like maybe she actually has feelings for the dude. Like look at her blushing and like getting all like tsundere-ish and shit.
Oh yeah,
like that. Like,
the knee hitting the crotch, and she's like.
Can we talk about that real quick? Not like no Gooner shit, because me and Vash were talking about that when we saw episode 2 together, and he was just like animation from an animation perspective, like realistically, Japanese chairs and desks. When he was doing that, realistically, for his height, the knee is supposed to lift either the desk and someone's bound to notice, or it would have been lifting enough, or just to a point where it would make noise scraping the floor. So someone would have been bound to hear or see literally something going down, and nobody in the fucking class literally just was
nobody
like,
was turning around when he was already
going to the left and to the right was like, I'm just gonna look straight.
How are you picking up an eraser and don't see him literally going up her hips, up her knees, putting on a whole panty? Like, how do you not see that? I'm sorry.
Me is at 1 in this goddamn class, and it really shows.
My eyes lurk. You telling me that nobody sees this?
I'm sorry. I'm just so bored in class. I'm just kind of like, like I need to. I'm not focused. I'm not a focused person in school. Like I'm always looking around. So I know for a fact no Japanese student in that school is not focused. But that's crazy to me that you guys say that it wasn't like. I thought it was good. Again, I recommend reading the manga. Shout out to Miles, who had actually recommended me the manga. I think up at chapter 5
and
or
his name is
6
Muli. In this show, his name is Muli.
Muli.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was wondering why you guys calling him Muli.
Well, because Muli and Nuli, they're the weebs and dweebs.
That makes sense.
And plus, not part of the company. In case anybody asks, is not part of us.
Yeah, no. But just shout out to.
No, but Nuli here is.
But Grem, any thoughts about this show?
It's bad.
Copy. All right, then. Let's move on to the actual better
It's very
show
bad.
of rom-coms for this season. It's Witch Watch. We got episode 1 and 2. Quick thoughts, because I know last week our girl Neko was blushing and hyping the show up very much. Witch Watch was a show that, not saying I was not excited for it, but I didn't have it on my list because I didn't really care for it and everything. After watching episode 1 and 2 with the guys, it was comedy, funny. The references, because if anybody doesn't know, is owned by Shonen Jump, so they gave references like Kamehameha, Dragon Ball, Gintama references, Naruto,
Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. We had the hair of Gon in the head in class. I love how our MC said, "Do not tell nobody's a witch," and everything. And then by the first day, everybody knew they were a witch and an ogre within the first day.
Yeah, the whole plan to like, oh, don't spill the beans about you being a witch did not last long at all. That was, I don't know, when his head got huge like that was just so funny to me.
I love the teacher response. She like
teachers, yes, the teachers' reactions were priceless, 100%.
Girls like, I'm an otaku. I'm gonna just tell them what I like. I'm gonna just say random names. And she kept looking up the hair, the head. She's like, I'm not going crazy, right? What the fuck's going on? Nobody pay attention until the girl actually turned into a giant. And that's when everybody like, what the fuck? What's going on here? And then the mom had to call into school like, yeah, my daughter's a witch. She's just doing a training course over there. I felt like, yo, that's the biggest lie. But how do people believe this and accept this? But I hate, like, yo, the classmates.
That's not a lie.
It's not, I felt like it was a Harry Potter scene. Like a Harry Potter scene. Like, imagine telling the kids, like, hey, our girl here went to Hogwarts, but now she's coming back to a regular school, but she has magic. Just live with it.
As we saw, the classmates, some of the classmates are pretty interesting individuals themselves. So.
Hara Miyamami is voiced by Rii Takaishi, even though she's taking time off from voice acting. No way. I'm there looking at the list again. I'm like, oh, she's on this. No wonder I love. I was like, I recognize the voice again. I'm like, I probably should look it up. Okay.
Oh, this might have been one of
told me she was in Witch Watch. Now I have a reason to love it now. Now I'm like, okay, you know what? I wasn't gonna start watching it, but now she's in it.
She probably already did this before go to the break because because I know
you probably recorded the lines before, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I know she's gonna take some time off. Shout out to her.
Yeah, because from what I know, Witch Watch was already done, like animated narrative, so like they're already having this out with no problem. And also, it is on Netflix and Crunchyroll as well, so it's like on 2 platforms to be watched.
Damn. Is she gonna be Rent a Girlfriend next season? I gotta look that up now. Now that I'm thinking, thank you for you guys making me do more homework. I gotta look that up now because I don't know if she's gonna be in the beach arc at all. That's just me top ranting. I'm sorry about that. I'm just like, damn, like she's gonna be a lot of projects.
I'm like, yo, what's it about Rent a Girlfriend? That's just trash. We're here talking about an actual good series.
This man is bugging out. Anyways,
no, the comedy was hitting though.
It was.
I feel like the first episode was nice. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot, but the comedy, especially, I feel like in this episode was hitting a lot. And I feel like the references definitely helped because I feel like they didn't really do that in the first episode. But this one, it was just filled with them. So
it was filled. Everyone was flying, going Super Saiyan. It reminded me of that scene in the Slime season 3 when our boy
Veldora
was doing Hadouken, Kamehameha, like all the fucking references while he was fighting our dragon sister. It's like, yo, just doing all of them there. And I'm like,
actually, that was season 2, part 2, not season 3.
Tell him. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you for the correction. So it was just so cute just to see everyone flying, and then my dude just caught a car. He like, yeah, I'm an ogre. He was expecting everyone would hate him, but then everyone like, bro, we literally got a witch. We were literally just flying 5 minutes ago.
Like, this ain't shit.
Like you having super strength in the ogre, that don't fucking phase us. And bro was like, Dave, you're kind of right. Like I would have been like, shit, you're right. Why did I scare myself so much? Like, yeah, bro, like,
you know. I gotta ask. Like, this teacher is like a hardcore otaku, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're ever gonna get insight into her mind one of these times. Like, I wonder how active his libido is. He's an ogre, right?
Oh.
Wait a second. What do you guys mean? Have you not watched any of these shows with ogres in them? Like they be hella
I watched
like
Shrek.
Yeah, all onions have layers. Donkey.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
now you're okay.
So you have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm talking about. Huh?
No, we don't have
No, we
idea
don't.
what the fuck
That's
you're talking
crazy.
about.
Okay, well,
I don't get if you also do some type of
Where's-
hentai
Bro,
references.
Nah,
I
he's
don't
talking
know.
about one series, bro. He's talking about Orca Roca, bro.
not even Orca Roca. It's every series. The orcs are always like hella horny all the time.
I mean, no, that is true. That is.
That
Fucking
is
so
true.
lovely and the orcs were not horny, bro. What do you mean?
What? You don't know yet.
What do you mean
Anyway,
I don't know yet?
anyway, when it comes to Witch Watch, is a good series. We highly recommend. Good opening as well. Good
OP's a
references.
banger.
It's
Yeah.
really good. I can't wait to see what's going on because we also find out that our Witch Watch girl is going to be dying for the next year, or some type of calamity will be happening. So that's
Kill
why
issue.
Oh, that's
The,
a different series. With
No.
the witch that's gonna die in a year.
no, but
It
isn't
didn't
it?
say she was gonna die. It just said that there's gonna be a calamity.
Okay, there's gonna have calamity. Something's gonna happen to
A
her.
witch dying in a year. Yo, there's this cool series called Once Upon a Wish's Death. That the whole plot is that she's gonna die in a year. She gotta make people cry. It's dope. Check it out.
Crying happy tears, not sad tears. Happy
Oh yeah,
tears.
happy tears, because we've already discussed as a group that she can't just go around kicking people in the nuts.
Yes,
That wouldn't work.
I did ask that too.
So,
I did ask that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anybody
Okay.
got thoughts about Witch Watch? If not, we can move on of how two
Oh, it was
friends could be friends.
Dude,
I cannot
Chokers
believe
turned me
how-
on, and we're talking about 2 shows in a row with Chokers in them. Look, Chokers, bro, I don't know what to tell you. It does something to me, and this girl is so cute in this
Yes, sir.
series, and she got a choker, and she's kind of like she's an adorable idiot. It's so good. It's fun. Y'all should watch.
I do agree. This episode. I mean, I said this episode. This show is highly entertaining. I at first I honestly did not care for it. I was not gonna watch it. Episode 1 was, I think, like a solid 8 or 7.5. Episode 2 was an 8.3 out of 10 for me. The humor is fun in this anime. Blue hair girl doesn't know she wanted to keep her best friend, but once she heard the story from the past that connected them, the new girl said, "Hey, over. The girl's gonna be the new girl."
Did we just skip series? Like what? I thought we were still on Witch Watch, brother.
Oh, my fault. We're still on Witch Watch. My fault.
Yeah, I was just talking about Chokers, and they're in both series. Anyway, Crash, you had something to say before you got rudely skipped by some asshole.
I don't know why my co-host is just like cutting me off. That's mad disrespectful.
Oh no,
Anyways.
what do you got?
No.
What do you got, bro?
The chokers, I 100% agree with you on that. The bill on her, and for this girl, for Himari, 100% agree with you. Disagree with you on the take for this anime. I'm just so mad at the romance aspect, because you have the blue hair girl, and everyone knows, like, oh,
No,
you
we're still on Witch Watch. We just
We're still on Witch Watch.
Good, we're good, bro.
Are you guys just pulling a big
Anybody
ass in here? I'm so confused.
I'm confused too.
Yeah, I mean,
Grim is confusing me. Hey, Chat, I'm
I was
sorry.
waiting for the transition, and I was like, all right, let's do it sometime. Let's see.
I use a transition. Hey, we were 2 first and everything, but then supposedly Gremlin said we're still on Witch Watch. I'm like,
I'm like,
shit.
wait, are we actually still?
No,
after the first
we've
time,
been
I'm
doing
like,
Witch Watch
talking
since he's
about it.
finished.
Oh, we were still talking about Witch Watch, and then he was about to say something, and then like
No, but that was for the next one. That wasn't for Witch Watch. I was agreeing with
fair
you
enough,
for the
fair enough.
topic,
You know
like,
what? Go ahead.
Hey, Chat. To confirm, we're here. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? Episode 2,
No,
and they're wearing chokers, and we like them.
Can't.
That's all. Let's continue. Crash, you got thoughts? You think they can? Me, I'm gonna just say I like this episode since I'm gonna keep it short. Blue hair girl's amazing. I like that she's gonna lose her best friend to the new girl, and I
Good.
hope it does. Let's go. Crash, go.
Good. Amari, I'm very upset that you guys are meat riding her so hard. I'm so upset at her. She fumbled the biggest bag since fucking any other literally pro tag in the world. Like, I get that you's an idiot. I really get it. He is so dense, and like any other guy, Kazuya. But anyways, like, bro, if you don't understand that this girl loves you and wants to like really be with you, like even when you are 30 years old, like you cannot deserve her. Like you do not. But then comes along. I was about to drop this anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, bro, this is what I want to watch. And this is some mid-ass romance rom-com. Okay, fine. But then, thank the Lord above, I get saved by an actual potential love interest. Another childhood friend of UA claim it's really a classmate. But you have Rion coming around, and she has a much better background story than fucking Hamari does. And I'm just like, the very end of the episode, you see her like she was like hyping them up, like, oh, I want them to be together. She goes gets a drinks. She sees them, at the garden, like be together, like getting that bond, which a lot of people want to see. But she's like little her inside jealous, you want to say envious, whatever. And she goes home. What she do? She goes into her bed and she's like cuddling with like her body pillow, whatever. She's like, damn, why do I feel this way? Why can't I get this feeling out of my chest? Like I feel happy for him, but I don't.
She had the chance to just kiss him to figure it out. They were holding hands, and she kept asking like, "Hey, let's kiss, and she's the one that backed out.
That was some blue box shit, bro. I was like, bro, this is like some Hina and Taiki shit. Like they could have fucking kissed. This would have been like the one. You could have just solved all the problems in the world if they fucking kissed. And the fact that
I would have loved to see that because it would help the relationship of an anime where imagine they took kiss in the episode 2 or in chapter 2 in the manga, but then we continue the story where how do they kiss? Boom, they kiss, but then how do we still have them as friends when one of them is like, yo, I didn't feel a spark, but then we could see the journey of them to actually develop feelings as a friend or not. That would have been interesting. But then him having another chick that likes him or finds out that that's a childhood girl that actually got him to liking flowers. That would have been interesting plot. That wow, he just kissed a girl a day ago and now he finds out the girl that made him like flowers and made him the person who he is today. That would have been an interesting concept. Like, wait, this girl's my best friend and I just kiss her because she wants to be foolish and be a freak. But then I found out the girl that made me who I am today also likes me and also just met with me. Who would I choose? That would have been an interesting premise. But the girl do it, I didn't kiss you, blah blah blah. Like, fucking bitch.
Bro, we know how these things go, man. I mean,
I know, but I want it to be different, Memory. I want it. I want the taste to be different.
Yeah, I agree with you. That sounds like a way more interesting thing to explore. But we just know how these things go. He's gonna end up choosing one. He's gonna end up choosing one. It'll be at the end of the season. There'll be a bunch of fucking dumb melodrama and whatnot. They're gonna they're gonna isolate from each other, and then they're gonna make up, and then someone's gonna be left in the dust. Someone's gonna get shit on, someone's gonna lose. I'm sick of these, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not impressed with this series.
No, that's what I was hoping for.
So tight.
I prefer my plot. My plot would have been more interesting. That's what I'm saying. I would like a different menu on my anime, and this would have been better. So.
Like, just skip all the drama, skip all the just get to the part where the dude chooses one, and then fucking go from there, bro.
I will admit I like the different direction they went in terms of background story for these characters. But it wasn't strong enough for me to be like, yeah, no, I want to see who they're gonna choose. I give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry, bro, like, you got a dense MC. I'm not rooting for like the best, case scenario here. Like, whatever happens. I'm not surprised at anything. My only thing is, I would be more surprised if there's some big plot twist, like something actually like happened that no other fucking rom-com has ever done, which I know won't. But man can dream, but. Fucking mid-ass anime, bro. I'm so upset.
All right, so talking about mid-ass anime, let's move on to Shonen and action.
Wait, before we do that,
honorable mentions.
She's really cute, and sometimes
that's about
I want my junk food.
No.
Sometimes I want my junk food
Sick of them.
rom-coms, right? Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
You were saying?
Anyway, let's move on to our.
I had an honorable mention though.
What honorable mention? The Shonen?
No, for rom-coms.
No,
it's supposed to be at the beginning.
That's supposed to be at the beginning,
bro.
You did not interrupt me in the beginning. We're moving on.
Ari-san, shout out to you. You guys didn't talk about it. It was a great first episode.
Not much happened. That's why they even mentioned it.
What the fuck are you talking about? Great things happened. You got background, like stuff that you knew happened in the first season that didn't happen in the second season. Now we're getting information about why it is that she's quiet, whatever. And now it's like the friends made up. She met the boyfriend. Whatever. The teacher is just as funny as the girl the teacher from fucking Witch Watch. That whatever. You guys suck. Whatever. Go on. That's what I have to say.
Cool. All right. So he gave his honorable mentions that it could have been like 30 minutes ago when we first started the segment of rom-coms. Well, we got Shonen action. We have only 4 of them. It's called Fire Force, My Hero Vigilantes, Lazarus, YAIBA. Anybody wants to talk about them? Because honestly, I don't got much to say about any of them. Really, like full comments. So does anybody got anything to say about these series? Like Lazarus episode was fire, but like anybody got thoughts? Anybody want to focus on any of them?
For me with Lazarus, I feel like episode 1 was a great. I like the start of it. Like the chase scenes. It was really one big chase scene, but like it was like there was one and like it went from the prison to like out in the city and who knows where else, right? But like the parkour, the way they animated it, the music was awesome. Episode 2, I feel like also we got the plot, obviously like the setup for the season, which I feel like with Shinichiro Watanabe, like his series, it's never really been about the plot. Like the plot isn't going to be some complex thing, right? It's really
more about the journey.
The characters and the journey, yeah, like drive the series, right? So episode 2, like I didn't enjoy as much as the premiere, honestly, but like I still had fun with it, but I didn't enjoy it as much. It was kind of funny though that like their first sort of thing as a group, like an official, like, well, they were already kind of formed before, but like with Axel joining the group, the first thing is like a lead, like it's just a bullshit lead, but it was a lead, so they had to follow it, and it just ended up being they were dealing with someone who just owed people money or whatever.
I just want to say my favorite line in this episode was DEA, FBI, and he just said, Lazarus, we
Lazarus
are
with
superheroes.
With the finger gun.
It was hilarious.
Axel's great. Axel's hilarious. Like, I'm curious how I'm gonna feel, because I feel like that was kind of the purpose of episode 2, was to like to give you a bit more on the characters, because we did get some little tidbits here and there, and to see them kind of like working together and all that. I'm curious though, because I like Axel a lot, but I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about the other characters as we get more, because like I said, that's a big thing with his series. It's like, how do you feel about the cast?
I love how we found out this man was originally chat. Hear this out. This man was originally supposed to be in prison for 3 years. This man said, fuck those 3 years. I'm not gonna be in those 3 years. I'm gonna escape as many times as I want and just get in prison for 888 years. This girl that has kicked him out of the car, they're like, nah, you're a murderer. Like, no. How about ask me before you kick me out? Like, sir, you have 808 years. Anybody would think that you were like a fucking serial killer. I'm like, she ain't wrong, but still. Like he dead as couldn't wait 3 years. He said, I'm gonna escape the prison as many times as I want.
You mentioned the 3 years, and that was something that actually stood out to me, funny enough. I don't know if there's probably just nothing with it, but like the number 3 is awfully used, like it's used quite a bit in this, right?
Yeah.
Like Dr. Skinner, he said 3 years from now is when like people will start dying from this drug.
Yeah.
Axel, he was in prison. He was supposed to be in prison for 3 years. And there was also another thing in the episode where they said it was something with 3 years, or like 3 years ago, but there was like 3 or 4 things in the episode where I was like, okay, they're using the number 3 quite a lot here. I don't know if there's any
also, if you want to use 3 groups, we have DEA, FBI, and then we have Lazarus, if you want to also put 3 groups. I love how we also had the Chicanos. We party. I don't know if they were Cubans or Puerto Ricans. No, they were fucking.
No, there was Russian dudes too. Yeah.
The Russian. They're probably. I didn't hear them correctly because I heard Spanish people. That's why I'm like.
There were Spanish people too. Yeah.
Yeah, they kept screaming like, "Ay, yo putos en eso, ¿cómo es que está pasando?" I'm like, "Puta." I'm like, "Okay, está bien, bueno."
Yeah. Also, there was an Avengers reference.
That was in the beginning.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Lazarus, it's been good so far. But the biggest thing for me is like, how am I gonna feel about the cast as we go along? Because that's gonna be what really makes or breaks the series for me personally. So, anybody else for Lazarus, or you guys y'all got anything to say for YAIBA, Fire Force, My Hero? What's up?
I think you guys are crazy. Lazarus is fucking mid. I'm so upset I'm watching this too. This is specifically, Neko's not here, but this is specifically for everyone here. I saw the trailer and I had high hopes. I'm watching this, unfortunately, dubbed on fucking Max. And I'm so ready to drop this shit, because it's not it. The fact that the only way to watch his sub is to watch through the high seas, and then...
Yeah, that decision to do that is so stupid. 30 days after the dub for official release is insane.
The only thing is good and going good for this anime is the fucking soundtrack. And even then, that's not even... I don't think the animation's great. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I thought the first episode, even with that, like, I saw the trailer prior to watching the anime. I thought the trailer itself was phenomenal. Then I saw it the whole episode and everything. And I'm like, what I saw in the trailer is not what I see here. I saw moments with the animation where it's like either went too slow or too fast with its movements, meaning like the way like he like was moving with his parkour and everything didn't feel human like to me personally. And I was like, that why I don't know why, like I thought it was maybe my internet or maybe like the episode, whatever. So I kept watching and I kept seeing the same shit. I'm like, nah. Lazarus is not anything that's hyped up this week. And it sucks that I'm watching it more dubbed than subbed, which I don't know if sub would make it more better for me, but it's just like one of the other animes I'm watching. Like I actually might drop it after episode 3 or 4 because I don't see what the story could give me that will make me want to stay with it, honestly, that I haven't seen before in other animes.
I don't have much to add for Lazarus because episode 2 was more like a setup episode. I don't have nothing to say about My Hero Vigilantes because it was the first episode was more like a setup to know about Knuckle Duster and everything. With Fire Force, I don't have much to say about episode 2 because it was more like a setup about the Dark Heroes. And when it comes to YAIBA, I haven't seen episode 1 or 2 yet. So if you guys have thoughts for it, you guys could go on. But I don't have much about these shows. I really don't. Like, not a lot of hype stuff has come out and about for us to really talk about.
The thing with oh yeah, go ahead.
I thought Lazarus was fun. It was pretty good animation. I don't know what the fuck kind of Crash is on.
He's on that half note. He's on that half note, bro.
He's on that half note, bro.
He's on that half note, bro.
Yeah, he definitely is that half note.
The parkour looked really fluid. It looked really good. It looked everything he did, barring I think one stunt, looked possible. Like I've seen videos of people doing crazy shit exactly like that. And then there was the one, the jump to the crane was kind of crazy.
Oh fuck!
Like
the crane shift, nah.
Yeah, but everything else I've seen videos of people doing that IRL. So like, it's possible. He's not doing anything superhuman. He's just really like good at what he does. And he's an escape artist, right? He escapes for fun, which we actually learned his original sentence. We learned in episode 2, his original sentence was 3 years, and he didn't do no crazy crime. He just kept breaking out, and every time you break out, it doubles your sentence. So 3 years to 6 years to 12 years to 24 years to 48 to so on and so forth until now he's at 888.
I'm not gonna do the math. I'm like, how many times did he escape prison? I'm not gonna do the math. Like he must have escaped prison at least 100 to 300 times. There's at least.
It's not that many. It's like 50. But anyway, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. Actually, it's not even 50. I think it's like 20.
Possibly.
When you're growing exponentially like that, it's a crazy low amount actually.
And remember, you say you have thoughts about YAIBA, or we're good?
For YAIBA, I just wanted to say I really appreciate the work they're doing with this because like I've saw some comparisons between like this remake and then the original series and even like the manga, and they're adding like so much more material to it, and like some of the fight scenes, like the scene like where they're fighting on the truck. Or the bus, I should say. They added a lot to that, which I really applaud. Like this is one of Wit Studios' passion projects, right? It's like Ranking of Kings, where you can tell they're putting a lot more into this compared to even some of their other series. So yeah, I've been really impressed with YAIBA. Is it kind of like your traditional shonen setup? I mean, it is an older shonen series, so yeah.
It's technically from the 80s, so it's nice to see that they have one series going on weekly with Netflix, and they have another series called Moonrise that they drop straight. So Wit Studio has been working on their passion projects. That's good to see.
Yeah, and I don't know, it just has a lot of soul. I feel like, especially like production wise, YAIBA is just he's a little shit, man, to put it bluntly. He's just how he was getting under Onimaru's skin and getting in his head, and obviously it was working. But now Onimaru, like the position that he's in, he's kind of like, if you'd want to put it, like sold his soul in a way, for more power to be like the best. So and that seems like what the series is going to be big on, because even like in the OP they kind of paint Onimaru as like this, a villain, or like the, demonic, or whatever, however you want to put it. So I think that's going to be something the series hits on, because obviously it's big on like fighting, samurai and all that. But like, I think it's going to try and maybe, or at least I hope so, at least kind of dig deeper into like what actually makes, you know, a samurai, even beyond just fighting and the technical skills of it, right? Because I think YAIBA is going to represent more of like the positive, like of it in a positive light, while Onimaru at first may be more of like a negative in a negative way. So it's going to be like they put it, it's a lifelong rivalry. So I'm really, you know, curious and excited to see how it progresses. But so far I've had fun with it. In terms of the story, the characters is nothing too crazy, but I think the production definitely helps a lot because it looks really good. So yeah, I'm enjoying YAIBA so far.
I need to check out. I need to make time for episode 1, 2, and by the time
you would like it. I feel like you would like it.
By the time episode 3
sure.
comes out, I will definitely make time for it. The one thing I will say about Fire Force is my man Joker and Shinra, they're joining the squad. Episode 3, Captain Burns, that battle, that Friday, I'm gonna be nutting. I'm gonna be nutting on the episode 3 reaction. Since my boy MemoryNK, he didn't want to join the reaction with me, so dub him. I'm here with Watkins doing this weekly, so it's gonna be fun doing reactions out here.
We just were shading at our co-hosts today, huh?
I mean, he's not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
But anybody got thoughts? If not, we can move on to our last thing of the show, which is talking about our top 10 rankings of the week.
Think we're good?
All right then.
Take it away, Vash.
So let's move on. As usual, your boy Vash first. And I got here my top 10. I just went by score. So let's see how I feel about my top 10, because all I did was copy and paste. I don't even know how my top 10 looks until right now. Let's go here. First one, Witch Watch. I gave it 9 out of 10 for episode 2 right here. Apothecary Diaries, episode 14. I gave it 8.5. KOWLOON, Generic Romance, number 3. Number 4, On the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, by episode 2 still. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? 6, The Unaware Atelier Meister. Number 7, The Brilliant Healer, New Life in the Shadows. Number 8, Fire Force. Number 9, The Dinner Table Detective. And number 10, Ahira-san, the Wa Hakanari season 2. So I still get the shout out, even though we didn't talk about it. It was still number 10, better than T-Bat and other series. So this is my top 10 ranking.
Okay. I'll go next on the list. I'll speak for me and Neko, if you guys don't mind. She sent the list. Since she couldn't be here, she also sent her top 5. For me, my top 1 was KOWLOON Generic Romance. Number 2 was Please Put Him On, Takamine-san. You already know, guys, I'm ecchi. I'm going to be ecchi all the way. This anime is nice for me. Number 3, The Shunji Family Children. I didn't bring it up. I want to so badly, but if I did say it, my co-hosts are going to roast me again. This anime is peak. The fucking author for Rent a Girlfriend is cooking with this anime. Boys, I'm going to speak about it next episode. I'm going to let this episode slide one time because it needs to build up.
All I'm going to say is that he put a screenshot and the dad was saying, y'all not siblings. And I'm like, no shit. All y'all got different hair colors. Who here is siblings with a pink, red, purple, blue, green hair girl? What siblings do we got here? None of y'all had the same hair color. At least when we had the 4 quintuplets, they all got some version of pink or purple hair, so at least they were in the same shade room of colors. None of these girls were family orientated. And then one of them go in the shower and say, since we're not siblings, we could get married. I'm like, bitch, what?
Why is Vash going really hard on this? Like, we wasn't even talking about this, but okay.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna take any chance to throw shade to the Rent a Girlfriend Arthur, because his series is ass. That's all I'm gonna say.
He cooking in the chum bucket.
So delusional, bro. Boys, this is peak anime coming. I'm gonna speak about this next episode, I promise. Number 4, Ahira-san wa Hakanari season 2. Again, I don't know what these guys are talking about. It was very, very good. I liked the first episode. I can't wait to see more of the shenanigans for the second episode. Number 5 was Fire Force. I was very torn because I wanted it between that and Ahira-san. But honestly, I liked Ahira-san just a bit more. So Fire Force is gonna be number 5 on my list. Number 6. Can a boy girlfriend's friendship survive? No, it can't. Number 7, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I like the first episode, borderline rape, but we talk about that another time. Number 8, The Apothecary Diaries, season 2, part 2. Number 9, Witch Watch. And number 10, Mobusu Gundam.
You had it in your top 10, even though you said all that?
It is so mid. What? But I'm going to have to leave it at that.
How is it in your list, bro?
I had to throw a little... razzle on that. But
I love this reaction. I love this reaction. Like, bitch, what? You got like 5 more episodes. You got what?
I'll let you.
I had another anime. Again, this is just for the purpose. Like, I had something else on my list, but just for the sake of purpose, I'm like, maybe memory will be able to convince me, and I'm glad he did because I have it now in my top 10. I'm like, you know what? If I was wrong, and it turns out to still be good, it's still my top 10. I still win either way. So,
I'll let you rock, bro. I'll let you rock, man.
yeah. For Neko, real quick, it's just for hers number 1 to be Hero X, Witch Watch, KOWLOON Generic Romance, Ujuru Mumu, and Apocalypse Hotel.
Okay. Grem, right? What's yours, Grem? What's yours looking
Yeah.
like?
I do not have any particular order for my list, so I'm just gonna name 10 things that I really liked this week. I really like Witch Watch; it's really good. I really like something we didn't bring up yet. A Ninja and Assassin Under One Roof. You know, it's pretty good. The Rent a Girlfriend incest show is pretty good. You know, it's up there. I liked it. It was pretty fun. Apocalypse Hotel, Umamusume. To be Hero X,
Fire.
guys.
Fire.
Good. I'm the evil lord of the Intergalactic Empire. It's really, really good. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? Probably not. There, some underlying romance there. I really like that one. Mono's really fun. We got some cooking happening. Joined a cooking club that may or may not have to do
You're mixing
anything
it up.
with cooking. What?
You're mixing it up, but you're good. Food for the soul.
That one. There we go. Yeah. Whatever. Dinner Table Detective is also really good.
Copy.
All right, mine.
Food for the soul. Yeah. That what he said.
Mono was good too, though. Number one, I got Apocalypse Hotel. I did not think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but it was really good. Number 2, Witch Watch. Number 3, Umamusume, Cinderella Grey. Number 4, Mono. Mono, I enjoyed a lot from the creator of Yuru Camp. It's just chill, good vibes, comfy vibes.
Yeah, I believe you're the one that told me that you recommended to me. I still need to check it out because you told me about it. I haven't seen it, episode 1. Is that anywhere legal, or do I need to ask you guys for the plug?
I think it's on Crunchyroll.
Let me see.
I believe. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. Yes, you're right.
Mono's the photography club one.
Oh, the photography.
Yeah, that one was really cool.
That one's really fun. You know what? That one should have been instead of Food for the Soul. There you go.
Yeah.
I knew I was right. Food for the Soul was also peaked though. Dude, whatever.
Yeah, both of them were nice. I honestly, so I mean, you can't really go wrong. But yeah, Mono was really good. Production wise, I was really surprised how good it looked too. So yeah, and they also made a reference to the author, like, because the one girl was saying like, "Oh, I'm just a laid back manga artist," and the other series that the author did is Laid Back Camp.
Laid Back Camp.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Number 5, To Be Hero X. Number 6, Apothecary Diaries. Number 7, Ninkoro, or the Ninja and Assassin one. Number 8, and Shirley. Number 9, YAIBA, and then number 10, KOWLOON Generic Romance.
Oh, so good.
We'll talk more about To Be Hero next week. I feel like we didn't talk about it. When Neko's back, we'll talk more about To Be Hero.
Me, you, Neko are going to be talking about that so much next week for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Dicko, talk about it. I won't be here to add any thoughts. I was interested in To Be Hero, but I believe it was like a connected universe or something. I felt like I couldn't really jump into it or something like that. I remember that was holding me back for that reason.
Oh, you can.
I don't think. Yeah, it seems like a self-contained.
It's like Umamusume too. Like you could jump right into that as well.
But look, chat, like we just said, you could jump into it. We here are the Off The Binge show. We're in our conclusion, the wrap-up. We here where you could jump into any time codes in this episode of the podcast. We review many of the series in our anime spotlight. Give our top 10. As you see, we're very diverse into our show, into our thoughts. So before we end our show, anybody has any more thoughts? I'm gonna just say my little one-liner, my reflection towards this episode is, from this episode, I learned don't trust Crash animation takes. Because he says Gundam equals Pokemon, and Lazarus animation is ass from episode 1. So I've learned my lesson that when it comes to animation takes from Crash, don't always take his takes with a grain of salt. Thank you very much. That is my take.
I'm just gonna say I've been surprised by a couple things this season already. Like I feel like this is like on paper it was like there were things I was excited about, but I wasn't really like, because I think a lot of people were already talking about summer and how crazy summer looks. But there's been some things that I've actually have been enjoying way more than I thought I was going to, which obviously is welcome. So I've been enjoying this season quite a bit so far, and hopefully it can keep it up. So
I think the biggest thing I can say here is that last season there was definitely times where I was feeling a little bit of pain watching everything throughout the thing. I'm watching 10 more things, and we have like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, I think, that are just super comfy, and they just give me life. It's why
That's what they're there for. Oh,
yeah, that's why they're there for. So
Look.
it's really fun. It's really good. It's a good season. I know on paper people are like, "Oh, it wasn't that good." Like we're already shitting on it, like Memory alluded to. But this season's pretty fire. It's a really good one. Check out some more stuff, guys.
Look, I have 29 planned, and I've watched 20 so far. I'm happy. I have not watched the 9 that I have on my list to go and check out. I'm good for that. Crash, talk to us. What's your last thoughts?
Pray for me. That's all I gotta say. Pray for me.
That's what you got. All right, copy. All right, so like Chad, that's all we got for the show. So like Gremmon always says, read light novels. Don't trust animation takes from people. And hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys thought about it. Give us any thoughts, and hopefully next week episode doesn't crash or burn without me. Bye.
Will it? Find out next
We
time.
might not have a next episode. Week 3 might be canceled, guys. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm scared, Chad. I'm scared.
Gremmon's gonna take over.
What?
No, next
Read
week
light
we might just troll y'all, and we'll talk about one show for 2 hours straight.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
we wanna watch Street
it's
Fighter?
gonna be cooked, guys. Next week we're gonna be yapping for so long, and Vash isn't gonna be here to stop us, bros. Half the episode is gonna be about KOWLOON, the other half is gonna be about Witch Watch.